Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to episode 241 of the Sultans of Shadilay podcast. I am, as 99% of the time, your host, Bezic, and today I'm joined by the only one that isn't Guy. It's Dave.
Well, I wouldn't speak so quickly there, but yeah. I'm here. I'm here this morning.
God, they're all Guy. I'm just surrounded by losers.
I'm here. I'm not queer. Get used to
it. Also known as the only one who could be bothered to show up. Trim's excuse is that he's working and he wants money, and apparently Bleach is under 10 feet of snow. Something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. I'm hoping he'll be able to extricate himself before too long.
Yeah.
But of course, if he's being in fucking Virginia, it might be better off for him to stay buried in snow. Might be safer.
I don't know. If he's made it out of Virginia, frankly, he should just stay there.
No shit.
Oh, dear. Well, the stream's being a little shit in the corner. That's frankly fantastic. I fucking hate the internet some days. Those days being any time I try and stream on it.
The quality's just gotten worse and worse over time.
Yeah. Funnily enough, it coincides with the rate of Indians joining the telco industry.
Yeah, funny that.
And just to double check, no, it is not the fault of my VPN because I'm actually split tunneled. No, that's the problem. Maybe I do.
As long as chat can hear us and see what we got going on, that's the most important part.
Yeah. Who do we have in chat today? Let me have a look at the combined chat. We have a Callum, an LGM, a Marco, a Maureen, and CSG's in. Welcome.
Oh, we got Zano too.
He's apparently unsubscribing. I have strongly considered Starlink CSG, but fucking contracts, and I don't exactly have the fucking $400 to buy the kit. Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of dollars, if you would like to fund the said Starlink, jump on over to the Subscribe Star, where for starting at the low price of $5 a month, you can support the channel. You get your name in the credits for the videos. You get to vote in member-only polls. You also get special Discord roles and channels, as long as Discord survives shooting itself in the dick. Which may not be very long at all. Going up to $15 a month, you get to join us for our monthly hangouts, which is basically tomorrow because we've been too lazy to schedule something. So I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know who else will be. But
yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, Dave has all the good games. But yeah, that'll be the monthly hangout. You also get to submit written comments in the more long form than a YouTube message. And then you're up to $30 a month. You get the Grand Vizier tier, where you get to submit video comments that will be viewed live on the show. And we'll actually play them. And this is where I'd play them if I had any. And yeah,
so, that's great.
Yeah. Briefly, let's talk about how Discord are a bunch of retards. So Discord's ongoing adventures in what Basically, they're trying to destroy their company before they go public, which is a bold choice.
Yeah, that seems kind of an odd choice to do for stockholders, just to make sure that nobody wants to use your fucking platform.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that IPO is going to go great when you have to reveal the amount of subscriptions that have been cancelled in the last 10 days. Or however long it's been. 2 weeks? Something like that.
Yeah. I'm really curious. I guess I could probably do some research on that and find out. But it's less than, or it's more than zero.
It's at least one
of people who did. Yeah, it's at least one. Well, I know of at least 2 other people who have canceled theirs too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd be very interested to see that, because I imagine all their investors, if they're remotely competent, are going to be like, so, about this whole return on investment thing, how's that going?
Right. But it's almost like they don't care. It's like the point is just to capture as much data as they can.
Yeah. It's almost
hand it off.
It's almost as if there is another source of funding that is more interested in linking biometrics to online identities than in making a profit.
Right.
And in that pot, there's like 7 different governments, including the one with the nose.
Right. And all of the verification services are linked to the government. They're all government contractors. The whole, we're not storing your stuff anywhere but on your device has gone out the fucking window. It was just the tip. It's just the tip. Come on, it's just a tip. Don't worry, it's just a tip.
Well, one thing that always got me about that is your photo stays on your device. Oh, you mean the approximately high-definition raster made up of groups of 3 binary numbers that represent values in RGB. That stays on the device. Let's assume that that's true. None of that is the calculated biometric fucking data.
No. Yes. I think they've even walked that back now. Like they've quietly walked that back as they've changed partners. That the people who are actually doing the verification and all that stuff, they've changed partners on it, and now it's some Palantir aligned fucking company that has no compunction with selling your fucking data to the government and is openly talks about it. And their security is so bad that most of the time it's queryable by a public API call.
Well, there's one kicking off at the moment that I haven't had time to look into, where apparently one of their public APIs exposes that the not technically an image raster, but uniquely identifiable biometric data is being shared directly with government agencies. But your image stays on your device. Yes, that's great. What about the mathematical representation of that data? Yeah, fuckheads.
Right. The part the computer actually uses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, assuming it's true, the image stays on the device. Cool. It still needs to calculate a unique biometric, whatever the fuck it is. I assume there's some amount of crazy fucking advanced maths involved. It does the math on the device. Cool. It then sends it somewhere else. And the entire point of being biometric is it's supposed to be fucking unique. So it's not technically an image, it's just a completely unique piece of data that represents you exactly. As if that's any fucking better. I'd rather they had the fucking image than run it through AI, frankly. But hey, doesn't matter anyway, because they've been talking about rolling out a pilot in the UK where the IDs will be sent off device. What did that work out for Discord again?
Yeah, fucking firewalls made of paper.
Mm-hmm. Just massive data leak in October. But don't worry, we'll just send more IDs off device. Yeah, CSG says hash file. Yeah, that sounds accurate enough.
Mm.
Yeah, someone else has popped into chat. Oh, it's Earl. I just couldn't see
Yeah,
it in the
Earl.
tiny version of chat I have on my side monitor.
Hey, we've got
I need
Monkey
more
too.
monitors, Dave. I've only got 3. That's just not enough.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, and Monkey's in as well. But yeah, so, and the reason I was for that whole waffle is we are actively seeking Discord alternatives. The problem is that Discord's competitors spent the last 10 years doing absolutely fucking nothing. Like, has TeamSpeak made any improvements since they got their asses kicked by Discord a decade ago? No. Do I want to pay ungodly amounts of money to have a whole 60 people in a server?
Right. Yeah, I was talking to Bez about that before stream because I was just looking at it. It's like $30 a month to have a server that has 60 slots on it and has a gigabyte worth of storage space on it. So I'm like, that's not very much at all, honestly. A gig.
No, that's
hardly anything.
That's so tiny.
Yeah.
Not everyone's memes are as tiny as bleachers.
You want pixels in your memes, it's going to have to be a little bigger than that.
There are at least
promising, but at least for the layout and stuff. But I haven't spent much time playing with it. Of course, that's the problem is Discord has all the integrations. It has all the outside support. Everybody's built their ecosystems around Discord.
Yep, like using the
bucks.
Yeah, using the subscribe star as an example because it's convenient and accurate and lets me say subscribe star again. We have Discord integration in the subscribe star. In theory, if you add your Discord account to subscribe star and then you give me money, the bots are supposed to automatically assign you the roles and let you into the appropriate channels and give you the fancy colors.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that does that.
Yeah. And then like the reactive UI that we have on the stream here, like that's a Discord add-on. The one that makes our avatars bounce and talk. Like that's an outside plugin, which reminds me I need to cancel my subscription to that too. But the reactive.
Yep. Yes. So Root is basically an alpha from what I've seen. Yeah. Like you can do very little with it. It doesn't have any automatic roles. It doesn't allow users to self-select roles, which is very important for hiding NSFW channels and things. It doesn't even have NSFW channels. In fact, I don't even know if it allows NSFW yet because it doesn't have the NSFW channels. There may be a blanket ban on it. So that doesn't really help. The other
posting tits in Root today to see if I can get it to fucking ban something just to test it. To test its limits.
That's right, Xenothium. If Discord kills itself, that also kills the kiddies. The animated kiddies on Disco streams.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucked because all the competitors have been completely useless. There's one called Revolt/Stoked, but which is apparently open source and you can host your own instances. But they don't have screen sharing yet. They've got the button that doesn't work that shows you where it'll be when they allegedly have it, but they don't have it yet.
None of the other companies have that Mossad money yet.
Mm-hmm. And what's the other one? Matrix, I think it is one of the ones that's been suggested, which has some of the features. Yeah. But Disco investigated it a couple of years back for Thargon, And apparently, part of the protocol is means that if you set up a server, users can create their own hidden channels on your server, which is a problem.
Yeah. Right. And you have no way of it's like Mammoth. It's one of those distributed protocols, one of those federated things. So you can't delete the shit anyways. If somebody sets it up, you can't fucking delete it. Like, sounds like a new haven for child predators, if you ask me.
No, the child predators will be fine on Discord.
Yeah, they're gonna stay on Discord. Well, yeah, I was watching a video this morning about I think it was Smash JT. I posted it in the videos channel on the server, talking about how they're going to start profiling users based on their use and stuff like that. And then, like, which is funny because I remember when they first started this pushback with, well, I mean, Pathways was one of them. We're going to try to stamp out Islamic extremism, and yeah, Gilded is dead. Gilded died a while ago. Gilded died when they made people get Roblox accounts to fucking sign into.
Yeah, but it's actually completely dead now. Speaking of, ever heard of a small indie publication called Forbes? So this is from Mike Cunt at Forbes, published February 18th. This is live. I tried to archive it, but apparently they've blocked it. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the article and have a look at other alternatives to Discord, Gilded offers a Discord-like experience with integrated voice and text chat. Oh, really, Mike Hunt? Really, Mike? Or is that true? Or did you use an AI to write this article because you're a lazy, stupid retard? What happens if I click on this link?
You know what's funny? Well, if they were smart, they would bring that back.
Yes, they would be very smart to do that. But also fuck Roblox. Yeah, Gilded is no longer available. Yeah, good job, Mike, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, and that's funny because that's basically when I was using ChatGPT to explore alternatives. It spit out that same sentence to me. Verbatim, word for word. Gilded offers a Discord-like experience with integrated voice and text chat. Yeah. Yeah. So
absolutely ridiculous. And like, I've never even heard of some of these. But there's Mumble. Oh, Mumble. Yeah, Mumble's a fucking Discord alternative. Have you seen what Mumble looks like?
I have not.
Let's have a quick look at the Mumble interface. There we go.
Oh, shit. That's fucking IRC, dude. Looks like ICQ from way back in the day.
It's basically voice IRC.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem, like, because all of the alternatives are just supposed to, mostly just for gaming chat, right? They're for gaming, stream sharing, and shit like that. They don't have, like, the server community portion of it that we want. So it's going to see, someone's got to fucking step up.
Yeah,
like there's a huge market opportunity for someone right here.
And frankly, the smartest
to jump in.
Well, frankly, the smartest opportunity would be for the Roblox guys to like, what if we just roll back out Gilded?
Yeah,
they could probably throw that together in a weekend and be like, we're not Discord, and everyone and a bunch of people would flock to it, except us who remember that Roblox are a bunch of pedophiles or pedophile enablers at least. For legal reasons, there's no evidence that the owners of Roblox are pedophiles. They just do nothing to prevent them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
This is the
Elements.
Even with the Epstein files, with the Epstein shit release, like, this is really the most disappointing thing to happen to me these last few weeks. Like, I already had a good idea that we were being run by child-eating pedophiles. Like, that was not like super new news to me. Um, but seeing that these child-eating pedophiles had control of Discord now is what bothers me.
Yeah. So Element is built on Matrix, which has the problem we talked about. Oh, trusted by secure organizations. The French Republic, the Bundeswehr, NATO. Yeah, I trust all of those scum-sucking retards.
Right.
Oh, the Space Force is on it. But yeah, unless they can... one of the things that's unacceptable for us is something where admins can't see what users are doing. Because the last thing we want to do is get raided by a bunch of fucking lefties who will open up a standard lefty entertainment channel and fill it with lefty entertainment, and then I get arrested for fucking crimes against humanity. So, yeah. Fuck you, Forbes. Fuck you, Discord. So, yeah, as soon as if we can find an alternative, we'll be gone. Until then, we'll just sit on Discord and say nasty things about them.
Yeah, Monkey, you got the right idea. Start writing some software that has the exact same copy of Discord without all the juicy stuff in it.
Yeah.
Without all the mooish intrusions. Keep the Mossad out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that would require more than just Monkey, I think. Yeah, the first real alternate will make bank. Yeah. Root is has massively increased their user share. So I don't know if they've got any way to monetize it. So don't be surprised if they can't afford the fucking power for the server farm.
Right.
Let alone the servers, because good luck trying to build a new server farm with the price of fucking RAM.
Fuck, or even renting server space.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dear. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, all that shit's so compromised, too.
Yep.
I mean, Matrix, I didn't even think about it, that then you show that screenshot, the website, and it's like, trusted by these companies, like, oh, Christ.
Yeah.
It's totally compromised. If those guys are using it and prefer it, then it's totally compromised by them.
Yep. I said that like a week or two ago, that Elon should start X chat or something. Even if I have to use it in the fucking browser for a while. Just
right? Like,
would be
X
super
had
cool.
better support for stuff like that. They have the capability of doing it. They should just do it.
Yeah.
Like,
and on the other things, like what is it? It's oh crap! I've completely forgotten the names of it. Telegram and what's the other one? The other secure messaging app or the allegedly secure messaging app.
Which one? Signal?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Or
so yeah, Telegram and Signal have two problems. Firstly, Telegram doesn't act like that, and the other one, which Telegram doesn't offer that. Signal is Signal allegedly does have end-to-end encryption on their group chats, but they don't have servers. They're also allegedly compromised, according to what was it? It was American Face and the Putin interview or something.
yeah, I think so. I think they did with Tucker Carlson.
That's it. Yeah. Allegedly, that's like, how did they find out about this? Oh, through Signal. Cool. So that's compromised.
Yeah.
Telegram isn't even encrypted enough to be compromised. So what's the point in sacrificing functionality for not knowing significantly increased privacy?
Well, yeah, and it's really kind of a, I don't know. Like I saw someone post on I don't know if it was, I think it was in a YouTube comment, and they said the age of the of free access to the internet is over. Like we had 30 years of good of access to the internet where it was private, you know, where you could have on anonymity, where you could go on the internet and have freedom. But all that shit's going away because they're going to tie everything to a digital
Mm.
ID, and
Oh,
then they're going to
even
make
better
you
than
liable
that.
for everything that happens.
Even better than that, there's that fucking gay Nazi shit eater in Germany who wants to not just have the government know who you are, but to have all the social media accounts require your real identity. Yes. So if it's not quite severe enough for the government to not look really bad arresting you for it, but it'll just be tied to your real identity. So when you say that trans women are men, you just have some tranny cousin fucker come around and shoot you.
Right. Like, and that's the shit part too, because I work with a bunch of lefty spurgs, right? Like I work with a bunch of really crazy progressive like MSNBC NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
And if those guys, like if they started searching up my name on the internet and all my shit was tied to my real name, like I'm barely anonymous as it is, but if those guys really started digging in,
What do you mean anonymous?
I'm sure some shit would happen. Yeah, and I mean yeah, like I barely have any kind of privacy, which I know I've given a lot of it away myself. You know, my face is on the internet. Um, I've been on camera a bunch of times on live streams. You know, I mean, shit, I was on my own camera on my own channel and stuff, and so
Yeah.
I super do not want people like the leftards I work with to throw my name into Google and come back with, oh, Dave doesn't like Jews. You know, Dave thinks ICE is doing the right thing. And
Dave thinks women don't have penises.
Right. Yeah. Dave thinks women shouldn't vote. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they wouldn't turn into a hostile workplace, and even if you weren't fired immediately for having the wrong opinion, it'd be so hostile, and they'd be so uncooperative, you wouldn't be able to get your work done.
Right. And that's the, like, it's borderline that way already. Like, I definitely have to hide my power level at work and almost everywhere I go because everybody would get so fucking hostile. Like, if I started standing up for the deportations at my office, the air would turn to fucking ice and nobody would talk to me. You know, like maybe a few guys would talk to me, but then what that would do is polarize the office and it would make people not like each other. And it's like, for now, I can just ignore those guys being lefty faggots. But if it came to and that's the thing, is like, I can ignore them. I can tolerate them doing that and ignore them like that. They're not going to share the same courtesy to me. Like, that shit only goes one way. The leftists do not accept you when you don't think like that, or if you openly oppose their bullshit. Like, most of them didn't arrive in that position, but they didn't reason themselves into that position. It's like feminine hysteria, this progressive bullshit that these weak men have given into. Yeah, so it's important for the diversity of thought to have anonymity on the internet. It's important to have a public square where people can speak their minds without fear of repercussion. And if your name is attached to everything you say, and especially under these conditions, like, we know that the government doesn't, they're actively looking for reasons to pick people up. And it's not like it's just the leftist governments too. You know, the Trump administration has arrested people for what they've said online as well. And of course, what they're saying online is patently illegal. But if those people were saying it anonymously instead of with their face and their whole chest on a fucking TikTok, they could get away with saying some of that shit.
Well,
You know,
I wouldn't put it past the government, with capital the capital government, to arrest anyone for anything they say on the internet, regardless of who's the fucking president. Like, there's these commie retards crying that apparently ICE have asked Discord to grouse on anti-ICE peoples. Like, cool. What do you mean by anti-ICE? Do you mean the people who say kill all, not finishing that sentence so it can't be taken out of context by the algorithm? Or are they saying that maybe they should put more effort into making sure they don't arrest citizens, because apparently they've arrested like 2 or 3?
yeah, and you know the thing is, dude, is like if you want to post anti-ICE memes and shit like that, that's fine, whatever. That's not like you're entitled to that. I will say, as an American, you're entitled to an opinion,
even if it's wrong and stupid.
That, right, even if it's wrong and stupid, you're entitled to have a hateful opinion too. You're even entitled to have a violent opinion, but you're not entitled to advocate for violent actions, right? And you're not entitled to threaten people, you know. But if they start cracking down on people just for posting anti-ICE memes that are like, you know, that are just saying, hey, don't arrest citizens, that are maybe ill-informed, right? Because again, you have a right to be wrong and ignorant also.
Yeah. And even if they
but,
are informed, like there have been a couple of citizens arrested. I don't know the details, but it is true that ICE has arrested citizens incorrectly.
Yeah.
Now, is that just because ICE have arrested 1 million people and there's 3 citizens caught up in that? Or is it just because those particular agents are fucking idiots? These are the things that need to be talked about. And yeah, like, you're a Nazi piece of shit. Arrested. It's like,
right.
Yeah. So it's not defamation then. You just don't want to be insulted.
Right. It's just wrongthink, right? Like, you shouldn't be arresting people for wrongthink. You should be arresting people for advocating for violent actions or doing violent actions online. You know, and thinking and disliking someone is not a fucking crime. You know, like there's no such thing as hate speech. That's a myth, right? Like, and with those cocksucking French dildos like Macron saying free speech is bullshit. Like, well, his whole presidency has been bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, him and his fraud marriage to his man of a wife. It's bullshit. The legitimacy of those governments is completely bullshit.
Yeah. Carl was doing
they stole those elections.
Oh, you got roboted, sorry. Carl was doing a video about the German Nazi dildo. And what did he have to say about that? Have that guy. I'm just having a look. But yeah, apparently this idiot sued and or had a not. What was the details? That someone called him a Nazi, so he seeked the legal establishment on them, thereby proving that he wasn't a Nazi going after people for saying things. Somehow.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right.
Here we go.
Like, we're
Here's
not
the
Nazis,
video.
and we'll arrest you if you say it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, basically, Germans just saying you don't have free speech. Well, you do have free speech, but only if you agree with us. Where is this dildo? Basically saying they're going after the right wing. Yeah, here we go. So, German Nazi Friedrich Merz has called for an end to widespread anonymity on the internet, saying users should post under their own names. Yes. So if the government can't justify arresting them for it, some raging group of fucking Antifa will jump up and down their head until they're fucking dead. See, friends. But yeah, this fucking idiot has apparently sued people for calling him a Nazi. So, yeah, maybe you don't act like a Nazi if you don't want to be called a Nazi.
Right. Well, and that word has been so fucking devalued that like it's absolutely retarded that anybody could be sued for calling somebody that.
Yes.
Because I've been called a Nazi,
Yeah.
you know,
However,
hundreds of times online.
However, if you send the police to arrest someone for calling you a Nazi, you may just be a Nazi. Like a real one.
Right.
Oh dear.
Like, turns out doing fascist shit kind of makes you a fascist. And cracking down on speech you don't like is fascist shit.
Yeah, here we go.
And trying to make sure that nobody has any privacy and that their neighbors can narc on them and whatever. That's kind of fascist shit. Actually, it's more communist shit.
So
Still,
Commissar Mers pursued an extraordinary volume of defamation cases, triggering police house searches and raising concern about free speech in Germany. Oh, there's no concern about free speech in Germany. They just don't fucking have any.
Yeah.
Some of these complaints, including online comments calling him a little Nazi or a filthy drunk, even resulted in police house searches for German citizens investigated under the draconian defamation law. I would suggest that the person who... okay, firstly, why is defamation anything that involves the police? You bunch of authoritarian shitbags. Secondly, I would suggest that they should argue that it's not in fact defamation to call him a little Nazi because he's a fucking huge Nazi. He's fucking goose-stepping all the fucking way to the AI company that's helping him file lawsuits for people calling him a fucking Nazi. Okay, Mers, you fucking Nazi.
Yeah. God damn. Let's say the world is so fucking depressing right now. I'm so black-pilled on everything. It's which I shouldn't be, I know. Because it doesn't help. It's just bad for my mental health. But
fortunately, I did bring some stories that will be good for it. You'd like them, I think.
Yeah.
One final
there's some good ones.
sorry. I'll let you go, but then I have a final thought.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so the final thing I wanted to say about this ties on to what you were saying about the dildos at your workplace, if they could see what you're posting on the internet. Does your work have a social media policy?
I have no idea.
Well, okay. Everywhere I've ever worked, and I've worked for the government, has had a social media policy. And in large part, and most of that includes, if you do not in any way link your employment with us to your opinions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine has something like that too.
So if mine has my name plastered across say if my Twitter handle had my name plastered across it, and I'm sitting there calling Anthony Albanese a useless fucking pedophile retard, do you think my employer might object to that?
Yeah, there's only going to be one method for that. Like the only way to protect people from that shit will be making it illegal for people to, because that'll destroy people's job prospects too. You know,
that's the point.
Yeah, I know. It's social credit. It's just social credit. What it comes down to is it's just social credit. Digital ID is part of the social credit system. And anybody that says otherwise is a fucking liar, and they're part of the problem.
Yeah, it's about creating social conditions where the government doesn't have to oppress you directly, because that makes people cranky. It's about creating social conditions where your neighbors oppress you, or your employer oppresses you, or you live in fear of saying anything because you could lose your job. Like, I think most people would be less likely to say that Chancellor Friedrich Merz is a useless fucking Nazi if they thought that they'd get fired from their fucking job at McDonald's. In addition to the government-based fascism. Anyway.
It's just disgruntled sighs all around. Just it's like the best I got for these fuckers right now. Just
Yeah. Cool.
Just disgust, veiled disgust.
Let's blitz through the end of the shilling. And then we'll get into some channels. So let's go over to Total Blackout Painting. I did see that you had another video show up somewhere. It was that it was the scheduling for that one. There we go.
Yeah. So provided Bleach can be there, we're going to talk about Jacopo da Pontormo, who is he was a Mannerist painter from the early. He was pre-Baroque, so he's kind of the bridge between Baroque and Renaissance. Mannerism was an interesting painting style that emerged because of the perfection of the Renaissance paintings, their ability to capture form and everything so perfectly. They really had to have something change. Otherwise, it was just going to be copies of the same art over and over. And so Mannerism was really a big, it was an experimental art form that experimented with human forms and shapes and was really, we would say, avant-garde for the time. Although I don't know if that's really applicable. But it was a revolutionary and turbulent art style that did not have a whole bunch of rules to it, and became very popular amongst the nobles at the time, and where having your artists kind of compete with other artists was a thing. But also he lived through the sack of Rome and a lot of other historical events that shaped his worldview. So we're going to be talking about that.
Was Rome sacked again?
It was I think it was by the Turks.
Oh, okay.
In the 1500s. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Sack of Rome. I'm just off by like 500 years. Don't mind me.
Yeah, but during like the Papal States era, where they had to, they were really fighting against the Ottomans in a very serious way. The Ottoman Turks and the Muslim incursion from the east and the south was a serious problem back then too. And so we'll be talking about that, and it should be a good stream. I'm still working on the presentation, haven't got it finished yet, but
I don't. Bleach is we'll see if Bleach has managed to get internet into the igloo yet.
Yeah, right. If Bleach can't be there, we might put it off for another week, or I may try to solicit a co-host. We'll see.
Yeah, you solicited Trim last time, and now he's on the boat.
Yeah, Trim jumped in and helped with the help curse the technical stream with technical problems.
Trim shows up, stream dies. Sounds about right.
Yeah. That was my own fault, though, I think, because I was trying a new OBS setup. I was trying to get fancy with the OBS, and that was just a bad idea.
It's an eternal fight getting OBS to be compliant.
Right.
Oh dear. Yeah. So you can also catch that on Bleach's channel.
Yep.
Because between the two of them, they might have one stream that works. Might.
Yeah.
Bleach is also plagued by technical demons. It's the Trim effect, I think.
The proximity.
I'm starting to think that the Trim effect just can't pass the equator.
Yeah, maybe.
So
we're either going to have to move him south, or I'm going to have to move south. One or the other.
Don't move him south. I need the internet. We've got nothing better to do. Speaking of the Trim effect, he's got some more videos up on the Art Shack. How load you useless fucking internet. Apparently YouTube went down for several hours the other day. Worldwide.
Yeah. So yeah, we talked about this is Trim painted the cherub from the Raphael painting, the Sistine Madonna. Painted one of the cherubs while we talked about art, and he actually whipped it out really fucking quick. I was surprised how quickly he got it done.
He whipped it out and then he drew it.
And it was probably one of my favorite conversations we've had on there. So, but mostly because we were talking about art history and stuff, and art and shit instead of like my lost cat,
or death, or weird leprechauns that rip your face off, or someone else who died.
Yeah, or the Black Death. Or I'm looking at this like, wow, we talk about a lot of
a bit fucking morbid. Fucking Krampus,
Man.
Life Day.
We are eventually going to do another Glory Hammer stream and talk about
that was fun.
The Robo Prince of Octotool. So yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm. And then of course you have just a very different area. So it's like all those kids diseases you get when you're like 2. Yeah, you get those again, but for this area.
Yeah. You got to re-immerse yourself in the germ biome and give your immune system time to fucking step up to the plate, but that takes a little bit of time.
But yeah, the whole family has been sick basically all this year, so fun times. So yeah, streams have been getting cancelled left, right, and center. Between Disco being sick and myself being dog tired. It's kind of hard to sleep when it's over 30 degrees at midnight or 1 a.m. Let me do a quick inside temperature check.
Yeah, fuck that noise, dude. Like,
it is currently 30 degrees in the room I'm sitting in at the moment.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's the room I get to sleep in. Would you like to guess how much sleep I've been getting?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's the eternal struggle. We've been looking for places to move. And I found a place that's actually cheaper, but it doesn't have air conditioning. It has like window AC.
Oof.
It was like for a 3-bedroom apartment, like, no, that's not. You have to have like 3 or 4 window units for that shit, And like a lot of the places don't have good. Ideally, you want a forced air, right? Ideally, you want a furnace that does heating and cooling, all in one unit. But I'm far less concerned about heating my shit than I am about cooling my shit. Mostly because I have so many electronics.
I was going to say, you're probably like me. You don't need to heat until like the dead center. Well, I don't turn the heater on until the dead center of winter because I'm sitting in a room with a fucking fridge and a gaming PC.
Yeah.
And my fat ass.
Yeah. Like,
there's enough heat there.
Yeah, that's pretty much my living room. My living room has, 3 or 4. It has at least 3 32 plus inch screen TVs going a lot of the time. Most of the time, it has 2 gaming computers. It has a couple of, or 2 to 3 gaming computers, and usually 1 to 2 laptops running in it at all fucking times. And then it shares a space with the freezer and the fridge, and then we have a mini fridge, and then I have a fucking.
So basically, it's electrically heated all year round.
It pretty much, like, the only time it has to get, I think it has to get close to freezing or below freezing. It has to get well below freezing outside before I actually have to turn my furnace on here.
Yeah.
Much the same. It can be cold as shit in my bedroom. I don't mind if it's cold in my bedroom. I kind of prefer it that way. But because it's easier to sleep when it's cold than it is when it's hot. I can put a blanket on.
Yep. Exactly. You reach a point where you can't take more off without a fucking potato peeler.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, can only take off so much stuff.
Yeah. Which I'm constantly reminding women in the workplace where it's like, look, we're going to set the temperature for the fat guy. because if we don't, I'm going to have to start taking clothes off.
Right.
Which would you prefer, to put on a jacket or for me to strip off?
When I worked for water, women complained about that for a bit. Of course, there was nothing you could do about it because it was just a big building and it was kind of, and it was cool. But it's like, oh, it's so cold. It's like, well, fucking put on more than tissue paper dresses. Like, actually wear clothes. Like, all the dudes here are in pants and shirts, and you're in some airy little fucking summer dress.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fucking cold.
I see them complain about that all the time. It's like, oh, it's too cold in the office. It's like, okay, cool. But you do realize the men are wearing pants, a long sleeve shirt, and a fucking jacket, and a tie, which is roughly equivalent to a scarf. And you're wearing the impression of a dress.
Right. Yeah.
Like, get back.
Like, sorry, I can't have my thighs showing in my work outfit, but I've seen women wear dresses that short at work.
I've seen them quite often with the knees showing. It's like, you want me to pretend to care? You're going to have to start coming to work in either a suit, which is entirely acceptable, has been since like the 70s for women to wear suits. So either come to work in a suit or come to work in a dress that reaches your fucking ankles and you're wearing stockings and a shawl.
Donated $10. This is to the Bezek Stripping Fund. Take it off, lad.
Oh dear. He said that it was he's donated $10 towards the Bezek Stripping Fund. Now, the problem with that theory is, I think, is what makes you think I'm wearing clothes?
You're donating $10 to make sure that camera stays off. That's what you're doing. Hey, give me money or the camera comes on.
You'd like to think so, Xenothium. You'd like to think so.
We'll let you labor in that delusion right there.
You keep thinking that, Xenothium.
Yeah.
I am getting new aircons at least. They've been delivered. I'm just waiting for the installers, so thank fuck I'll be able to sleep soon, so that's one problem solved. But yes, they're also heat pumps. They're the reversible ones that function as a heat pump. Where I live, funnily enough, not exactly known for getting like 20 degrees below freezing. And heat pumps are the most energy efficient way to heat a space until about minus 15°C. So you can get heat pumps that are better at that. But given that the lowest I think it's ever gotten around here is like -2 at 3 a.m, it's the most energy efficient way to heat a room. So I'm quite happy with that. I'll be saving money in winter.
Yeah, and when it's -2 here, I don't even bother turning on the furnace. It's got to get significantly colder than that here before I bother turning on the furnace, and it has to do it for like at least a week at a time. Like just because it's not, because I don't mind putting on a jacket. My boys are wearing sweatshirts most of the time, anyways. We're sitting in front of fucking heat pump computers. Electronic.
That's it. Like, how many watts of fucking electricity is that getting converted directly into heat? It's as good as having a bar heater in the room, or several.
Right.
Like, I think my fucking graphics card, which there's many reasons I need to renew, but my GPU is currently running at 75 degrees. Where's that fucking heat going?
Right. Yeah, and I got an AIO on my CPU, but mine. I don't have that on my son's CPU, and so it's dumping hot air. Like, he has and he's got a bigger video card than I do. Yeah. So his shit's just dumping heat out.
But yeah, well, that 1,000-watt power supply, whatever, What do you think those watts are doing? They're getting turned into heat. A bar heat is 1,000 watts. Like every single watt that goes into that computer becomes heat. There's your physics lesson for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
So here's your 10-second physics lesson for the day, chat. Electric bar heaters are 100% efficient. They're 100% energy efficient. 100% of the energy gets turned into heat. A heat pump can be 300 or 400% efficient.
Right.
Because it is not creating the heat itself. It's stealing it from the outside. Because Celsius and Fahrenheit do allow you to forget that there are temperatures below zero. There is still heat energy outside. And so all you need to do is take that heat energy and condense the shit out of it and then stick it on the inside of the house. It's like a fridge, but backwards. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like literally. So yeah. Anyway, let's do some articles and things, shall we?
All right.
What did we have on the agenda today? We had some weird nonsense.
Had the Valve stuff up first.
Yes, the Valve stuff is first on the list. All righty. That's all up on the screen now, Dave. Ready when you are.
All right. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Valve just won this big 152K settlement against a patent troll. And this is we'll go through this article here, and then we'll talk about said patent troll and the law that spanked him down. So of course, I'll just read here. When it comes to ever developing tech, there are two ways to handle so-called patent trolls. You can do what most companies do, which is to write a hefty check for the annoying person challenging your ideas to go away and get back to work. Or you can do what Valve just did and spend millions of dollars to systematically dismantle a man's entire career and leave him personally liable for damage in what reads as a legal equivalent to fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
As of earlier this week, Lee Rothschild,
Any
the man who
relation?
spent decades filing. Yeah, go figure. I'm certain there is. The man who spent decades filing over 1,200 lawsuits against everyone from Apple to small businesses just did the finding out. A jury in Seattle sided with Valve, agreed that Rothschild violated Washington's Patent Troll Protection Act.
Quick question, Dave. Sorry. A technical question.
Yeah.
Is what you're looking at currently got a picture of Gabe's smiley face sitting in the middle of the page?
It was. I've scrolled down.
Cool. The system is freaking out and just double checking what's going on. Just continue reading, and I am going to attempt to slap that until it works.
All right. So this is a massive middle finger to the industry's most prolific litigator, and it serves as a reminder to everyone: do not mess with Gabe Newell. To understand how delicious this victory is, we have to go back to 2016. Back then, Valve did what everybody else does with this guy. They settled a dispute with Rothschild. They entered a global settlement and licensing agreement. Today, I learned that a GSLA is basically a fancy way of saying that Valve gave Rothschild a big pile of money to go away. In exchange, Rothschild gave Valve a perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free license to his entire patent portfolio.
Oh,
it was a treaty of sorts.
I think I see where this is going.
So Valve effectively bought the rights to never be sued by this man or his dozens of shell companies again, because of course the guy has dozens of shell companies that he uses to go after people. And though even though you sign an agreement with him, you didn't sign an agreement with this other guy. He's a patent troll, which is what you would expect from somebody with the last name of Rothschild.
Uh-huh.
For 6 years, it worked for them, but in 2022, Rothschild's company started spamming Valve's legal team with marketing emails, basically say they had fresh new patents, and did Valve want to buy a license? Valve, knowing they already had a license to literally everything the man owned, ignored his emails. So Rothschild did his things and sued them. Rothschild-owned shell company called Display Technologies sued Valve in September 22, claiming the Steam Deck and Steam in general infringed on a patent for displaying content.
Oh, fuck off. What in the Ubisoft is this?
Right.
This is
we'll go through the patent later, but yeah, it's absolutely retarded. Like, and I'll go through in a little bit how, after I'm done with this article, we'll go through how retardedly broad a lot of these guys' patents are. Like, he has patents for stuff that is basically solar energy, like a method for recycling light into electricity using photovoltaic cells. It's like, how the fuck does he have a patent on that? Well, it's just one specific patent. And his patents are worded so broadly that they cover, they can be basically cover a lot of shit. It's sneaky, underhanded, basically Jewish behavior.
Yeah, like, say, writing a patent on having creatures that can be deployed to fight other creatures.
Right, exactly. It's
underhanded, sneaky shit.
Broad shit like that. So, Valve's lawyers likely had a good laugh before emailing Rothschild's team a copy of their own 2016 contract, which covered this and other patents. It should have ended there, but it didn't. Rothschild's lawyer refused to drop the case until they were practically dragged out of court, eventually dismissing it with prejudice. Lawyer words for you messed up and you can't bring the specific claim ever again. But Valve wasn't satisfied with the dismissal and sought to set example by suing Rothschild under the Patent Troll Protection Act for breaching the original 2016 contract. The PTPA targets individuals or companies that simply collect and enforce patents without actually using them to create anything, making money through litigation instead, which is exactly what Rothschild and his entities have been doing. Rothschild claimed that Valve, as a private company, could not sue under this act, and it was simply a private contract dispute. However, the judge in the case ruled Valve's case was valid, as patent trolling is a matter of vital public interest. So Valve just won a $512,000 jury verdict against the inventor named Lee Rothschild and his former attorney under an anti-patent troll law in the state of Washington. They don't need the money, and litigation costs. They don't need the money, and litigation costs were higher anyways. It was about deterring bad faith assertions. So this is once again Steam and Gabe stepping up for us, the consumer. Right, Saint Gabe, man. I every day that goes by, I love and respect this man more and more. And it won't be until he dies and someone takes over. They hire some shlomo with Mossad ties to take over for him, that Valve is going to start going downhill, or they hire some hinga dinga fucking, or some dinga 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 guy from New Delhi to manage the slow decline as he fills the company with fucking jeets. Anyhow, so Valve sued back in 2023. Drama ensued, and the case has been going on ever since. It's worth noting, too, that Valve was suing Rothschild personally rather than one of his many tiny LLCs. Most patent trolls use a shell game strategy. Yeah. They create dozens of tiny LLCs with no assets. If an LLC loses a case, it just goes bankrupt, and the troll walks away with their personal wealth untouched. Valve's lawyers, knowing this, went for the jugular by suing Rothschild himself. This week, the jury delivered the final verdict that $152K is now due from Rothschild to Valve. A small amount of money in the grand scheme of things, but it sets an important precedence. Because the decision has been made under the PTPA, it clearly indicates that Rothschild's claims are in bad faith, which that's important going forward, because you have to do, if you're suing, it has to be in good faith. Otherwise, you're wasting the court's time, and they know it. So knowingly proving that this guy is wasting the court's times just to extort money from people is a good thing to have on the books.
Yeah.
It's
also
a pro gamer move. You're right, Earl.
And what it also goes to as well is it goes to case law for other people that might have to deal with this dickhead, because they could. It might save people dealing with this guy a lot of money when the lawyers turn around and go, as per Gaben versus fuckface, do you really want to pull this shit again?
Right. Because, you know, he's been proven to be a bad faith actor in the eyes of the law, which everybody knew. You know, everybody knew it. Everybody knows this is bullshit. But he never gets called to account because the goddamn lawyers are the ones making money on the back end on both sides. And so they don't have an incentive to stop it from happening. And the courts make money on this shit too. But by fighting his way all the way to the jury, they've set a precedent. They've proven that not only will contract breakers be punished, but playing the shell game will no longer work. If you use LLCs to harass companies, the court can still hold you personally liable. Valve, GG Valve, well played. Okay, so now, let's see. There we go. So this is the non NPE showcase from Gadgets, Good Gigabytes, and Goodwill blog about Lee Rothschild. This is most non-practicing entities are private firms owned by patent attorneys, investors, or a combination of the two. In other cases, NPEs do everything they can to obscure the identity of the true owner, and in virtually all cases, NPEs purchase the asserted patents from another company seeking to divest assets for cash. So Rothschild is a bit different. Mr. Rothschild is typically both the inventor and of the asserted patent and the owner of the company asserting the patents. Some have called him a modern-day Thomas Edison, which is just, you know, it might be fitting knowing that Thomas Edison was a piece of shit that stole most of his patents. I'm sure old Hebe McFucking Rothschild here, I'm sure he invented all this shit. But actually, when we start looking at how broad and nebulous his patents are, you'll see that not only is our patent system broken, but you'll see how it's been, you know, the subversion that's taken place in our legal system by the hook noses. So I'll stop being so spicy, but I'll say. So he has hundreds of patents, he is the listed owner, ranging from an internet-connected drink mixer to telecommunications method for transferring media content, which is
what?
Right, exactly. That's so broad and so nebulous. So others have accused him of being a patent troll based on the broad interpretation of his patents and his litigious enforcement activity. A fair assessment likely places Rothschild somewhere in between. His entities have filed a whopping 1,249 patent infringement lawsuits, with 23 of those still pending. Certainly qualifies as a high-volume patent troll. And Rothschild has been hit with fee awards for filing objectively baseless lawsuits against defendants who clearly did not infringe his patents. Suggests at least some of his cases are quite weak. All troll-like behavior, but from an inventor who is creating the patents rather than mining for them, which, again, I'm going to put a star on that creating because I don't believe this guy created most of these things.
It doesn't take much to hire a bunch of dinka-dinka-dinks to write garbage patents and then follow them under his own name.
Right. And this talks about Rothschild is likely better described as someone who is capable of slipping patent applications by the patent office in very broad terms, which speaks to how fucking broken the patent system is. And then asserting it against technology that's completely different than the invention in the patent. Take the drink mixer invention above. Mr. Rothschild argued that invention was broad enough to cover the concept of remote configuration. Here is one claim of that patent. a system for customizing a product according to a user's preferences, comprising a remote server, including a database configured to store a product preference of a predetermined product for at least one user, and a communication module within the product and in communication with the remote server, wherein the remote server is configured to receive the identity of the predetermined product and the identity of at least one user, retrieve the product preference from the database based on the identity of the predetermined product and the identity of at least one user, and transmit a product preference to the first communication module. So that is so fucking nebulous and broad that it could apply to almost anything.
Yeah,
and that's the point. Like that's the whole purpose of it. The patent examiner, who must have been fucking retarded, was clearly or financially interested in granting the patent. Which is actually the most likely.
Isn't that so fucking vague that a website setting for fucking night mode is included if you define a web page as a product?
Right? Like, again, it's so broad, it can apply to all sorts of shit down there. So the patent examiner was clearly fooled by the invention on the application or remote drinks mixer. It did not mean to allow a claim that was so broad, but that's the game, and Rothschild plays it well. Fast forward to today, you'll find Rothschild filing cases in a time when IP Edge has effectively halted its patent enforcement activities. Of course, IP Edge reduced their filings in response to Judge Connolly forcing the disclosure of the ownership of IP Edge tech entities, and Rothschild has no issue offering up his ownership, and in fact enjoys the perception of that Thomas Edison-like status that comes with it. So
he's all the arsehole, none of the inventor.
Right, just a scam. So this is the law that they were sued under, the Patents of Bad Faith Enforcement. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but we're going to look at just the basis of it. So due to the Patent Troll Prevention Act, legislation proposed by the Washington State Attorney General's Office and passed by the legislature in 2015, it is unlawful to send bad faith assertions of patent infringement to individuals or businesses in Washington State, which Steam is based out of Washington, for better and worse, but that's where Steam is based out of.
Mm-hmm. In this one case, it seems to be for better.
Yeah. So the one time they did, and not all laws are bad, and not every law is passed in bad faith. Some laws are, although they do seem maybe a little overbearing, which I don't think this one seems overbearing at all, though. This seems like it's it's exactly what laws are meant to do, and that's protect the little people from big people with money and power.
Yeah, at risk of accidentally derailing things. It's these laws passed in good faith that fucking scare me.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. Well, obviously not what's happening here, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, and in fact, this one is just it highlights the weaponization of our legal system by bad faith actors, and how the only real way that people can fight it is by handing out money, right? And the only way that Valve was able to hand it out to fight it was to spend, a couple $1 million on lawyers to fight against this shit. Not even, they got $152,000 back, but that doesn't even come close to covering what the lawyers cost.
God, if only they need to add some fee shifting to this fucker.
Yeah, they should have awarded them all attorney's fees and made him pay all the attorney's fees. And that should happen a lot of the time in patent cases. If someone's going to sue you for a spurious lawsuit, they should be on the hook for the fucking entire amount that you had to spend on lawyers. And in fact, that's not even unheard of in civil law. That's a pretty common thing in a lot of family courts. One of the things that went back and forth in my first divorce was she sued me for attorney's fees, and I countersued her for attorney's fees. It's a really common thing to happen because a lot of the time there'll be there's just bad faith divorce attorneys. Everybody knows that. There's shitty.
Hello, you there? I lost you for a bit.
Yeah. It sounds like
internet. Cut off for like 10, 15 seconds while I was away pissing.
Yeah, I just gave me the Discord drop sound, but it sounds fine now. Anyhow. We'll go back to reading this. So bad faith infringement claims impose a significant burden on individual Washington businesses and other entities, and also undermine Washington's effort to attract and nurture information technology and knowledge-based businesses. If your business was targeted by a patent troll and you receive an assertion of patent infringement that you feel was sent in bad faith, please file a complaint with the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Office or Consumer Protection Division. Now, Mr. Rothschild has that stain on him as a bad faith actor. And this is going to do a lot to hurt his shit going forward. It's going to do a lot. Oh,
fucking internet. Hello, stream. No, it's kind of connected, but are we dropping frames still? Okay, apparently we're not dropping frames, but it's showing me yellow. Now it's green. I fucking hate the internet. I think we're good now. Okay, carry on, back. Thank you.
There's no F's in chat yet, so I think we're
they
fine
will be.
For now. So, number one, sending, delivering, or demanding a target, threatening a target with litigation, asserting, alleging, or claiming that the target has engaged in patent infringement, sending or delivering a demand to the customers of a target, or otherwise making claims or allegations other than those made in litigation against a target that a target has engaged in patent infringement, or that a target should obtain a license to a patent in order to avoid litigation. And here's evidence of bad faith assertions. Assertion of a patent infringement lacks key information, including the patent number or the name and address of the patent owner. So just because it's a little shell company doesn't mean... And in the background, Bez is Googling fucking Starlink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, only $69 a month.
Yeah, there you go.
Might be in the wrong country,
though. Fucking setting up little shell companies and then having these shell companies go after people for patent infringement is a clear sign of bad faith intention. And I wish they do the same thing with copyright on YouTube, because all of the copyright, like I've had a few music claims, but the copyright claims that I have gotten on my videos for using film clips were from some fucking Indian patent troll company, right? Some Indian company does not own the rights to that shit. And of course, you know, if my stuff was monetized, it would be a thing, because they would just claim monetization on your video, and they'll take the monetization from your video. And it really is, it highlights how bad IP abuse is in our system.
But there's not even the option to report blatantly false ones. Like when those Chinese wankers uploaded a performance by the US fucking military and went, "Oh, this is ours, give us all your AdSense." It's like, fuck off, cunts.
Right?
It's public domain. I will fucking fight you. In person.
Right.
In real life.
That's right. I want a duel. I demand a duel. That's what we need to bring back, duels. It would have been peak to see Gabe and this skinny Jew go at it over the patent. So another part of this, before making a demand, the person did not conduct any analysis comparing the claims in the patent to the target's product, service, or technology. The person threatens legal action that cannot legally be taken. The assertion of patent infringement contains false, misleading, or deceptive information, or the person or subsidiary or an affiliate of the person has previously filed or threatened to file one or more lawsuits based on the same or substantially equivalent assertion of patent infringement, and the court found the person's assertion to be without merit or found the assertion contains false, misleading, or deceptive forms. So that's the bad faith, the patents for bad faith enforcement. And so here's one of this guy's patents.
I'm going to have to be a real dick and interrupt you again, but you want to talk about bad faith? Starlink says that that due to high demand in your area, there's an additional one-time charge to purchase Starlink services. There's a demand surcharge of $650 fucking dollars. So Starlink can go fuck themselves.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Hey, Elon, you fucking Jew. Come and fight me.
That's totally taking advantage of market situation.
Yeah, I'll sit on your fucking head, Elon. I'm fat, it'll kill you.
God damn, that's brutal.
Yep.
So anyhow, here's
back to you.
The patent, a system and method for storing broadcast content in a cloud-based computing environment. So
YouTube.
This could mean, right, this could mean YouTube. This could be Google Drive. This could be Amazon Web Services. So if you're going to live stream from, StreamYards or Restream, and they're storing content on their side, then this could go back. This could be part of that. And I'll read this word salad of an abstract. A system, method, and device for media content storage and delivery. A server has a receiver in communication with a processor. The receiver receives a message, or the request message includes media data, including requested media content, and a consumer device identifier responding to a consumer device. The processor determines whether the consumer device identifier corresponds to a registered consumer device. If
That's
the processor
Netflix.
Determines that, right? It's everything. It's any kind of video storage online.
What the fuck? Fuck this cunt.
Right? If the processor determines that the consumer device identifier corresponds to the registered consumer device, then the processor determines whether the registered message is one of a storage request message and a content request message. If the request message is the storage request message, then the processor is further configured to determine whether the requested media content is available for storage. If the requested message is the content if the requested message is the content request message, then the processor initiates delivery to the requested media content to the consumer device.
What? That's not even coherent.
Right? But again, it is so fucking broad that if they felt like it, they could bring. But he owns this patent. He holds this fucking patent,
which is an indictment on the fucking patent office.
Right? So, and here's another one. Here's a part of it. They filed a patent case in Florida Middle Court on this. Let's click on that really quick and see if it brings anything up. If it's going to. No, it's not. I probably have a script blocked. Come on. Oh. I'll unblock this really quick just to let this go.
I'm not sure whether I should be more or less disappointed that I see Magic the Gathering before I see Pull One. Oh, God. Yeah, so, here we go.
Rothschild Broadcast Distribution Systems, LLC versus YCAM Solutions Limited. So let's see. Complaint, filing fee, $400 filed by Rothschild Broadcast System. So they only have to spend $400 to file this case.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're probably... So this happened in 2019. Order, plaintiff is directed to effect service of process by required Rule 4 and proof thereof with the court as soon as service has been effected, blah, blah, blah. This was likely settled out of court.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm not logging into shit here. These guys can kiss my ass. That was the wrong one.
Yeah, no, it's a voluntary dismissal.
Oh. So that's this is the next story I have, but that was the so that's the basics of it. They went to court, and Gabe stood up for the consumers, stood up for his own company, and stood up for everybody to make sure that just put this fucking guy in his place, which really needed to happen. These guys are I mean, in $152,000 it's a drop in the bucket. Like, this guy will get $150,000 just by patent trolling people for
that's
probably
really
by doing it this year.
Yeah, that really needs to be one of those laws that has a fee shifting statute. There's quite a few that do, but this needs to be one of them, that it needs to include something to shift fees when it's obviously in bad faith. Like, we're not talking about something where it's like, oh, yeah, no, we need to send this to a jury and it's on the knife edge. No, it's like, this is obviously bullshit. Please proceed to pay Mr. Gabe $2 million worth of attorney fees.
Right.
Well, however much it was.
But now, going forward, and this is the hopeful part. This is the white pill part of this. I mean, the whole thing is a white pill, in my opinion. That this guy's getting slapped down. But the biggest white pill of this is that he is now marked with this stain as a bad faith actor. Mm-hmm. And everybody knew he was a bad faith actor. And I'm sure that everybody who's involved with this shit thought for sure, like, oh yeah, this guy's, he's not acting in good faith. And while he's following the letter of the law, he's not following the spirit of the law, which is often the problem. Which is, of course, very Jewish behavior. So but now he's marked with this. So going forward, hopefully, we as a consumer can have a little reprieve from these patent troll assholes.
It would be nice. There's far too many of them.
And yeah, with that, I'll hand it over to you to talk about Penisgate.
Yes. So Dave told me earlier this week that he was having a very black pill week. So rather than bring a bunch of black pills and just drive Dave to fucking suicide, I thought, I've heard there's been some weird shit out of the Olympics, so let's have a look. And yes, considering we're starting with fucking Penisgate, I think we're off to a rolling start.
This story is fucking great.
That's right, Zenothium. Penisgate. So, oh god, this is USA Today. Top plastic surgeon fuels Penisgate. Says he injected ski jumper last month. So, a plastic surgeon renowned for penis enlarging procedures, including the injection of hyaluronic acid. Oh god, I've seen a lot of headlines say acid. It's like, cool. Righto, what's this? Oh, it's fucking hyaluronic. I remember fucking TV ads selling fucking women's facial creams from like 20 years ago with that shit in it.
Yeah.
Acid. Yeah, sure, technically. In the same fucking way as citric acid is an acid.
Right. It's like the same, it's like lip filler, basically.
Yeah. Says he provided the service last month to a ski jumper. The assertion comes with the ski jumping competition at the 2026 Winter Olympics under an unusual spotlight. Reports from a German media outlet prompted speculation that ski jumpers are getting genital enlarging injections to increase the surface area of their suits, which would increase the distance of their jumps.
This is so insane, dude.
That's not how any of that works. Adding more dick to the front of the suit won't increase the amount of surface area.
No. It actually. So I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but I've heard about this. So those ski suits are because they're tailored to the body, right?
Mm-hmm.
There can't be any extra fabric on those suits because any extra fabric will provide a competitive advantage.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's proven because the shit is so aerodynamically tight that, if they had any sort of, and it's a game of centimeters, right? Like the winner is measured in centimeters. And so anything you can
he's
do
Asian.
to provide.
I had to. Is the problem that if they tuck it down, they need more crotch fabric? Should they just not be required to tuck it up instead?
No. So so this guy got an injection to make his balls bigger, so that when they tailored the suit, they did this 3D scans of his body, his fucking balls were bigger, and what it did was it added about a 1/4 inch of fabric between his crotch.
Well, that's the thing. Anyway. Maybe we should make them jump naked, and then this guy could be sitting there flying, holding his fucking nutsack wide open for extra fucking aerodynamics.
Don't do it. He's got to do the flying squirrel.
Yeah. He just pulls his nutsack up to his face. Just reaches between his legs and lifts his nutsack like those weird cartoons.
No, you gotta stretch him down to your knees so that it'll give you that little extra lift. So that's really what it's all about, is the extra lift provided by the extra fabric.
It's the allegation now. Right. The International Ski and Snowboard Federation called this a wild rumor, and the World Anti-Doping Agency said it would investigate the penises. It would see if there's any evidence to back up the claim and whether it constitutes doping. So
it's just a roundabout way to actually give these the judges want to give athletes hand jobs. I think that's what it is.
Okay, Dave, I have another question. If extra skin makes them fly better, does this mean that that's why Americans are losing? Because they don't have any foreskin to stretch for aerodynamics.
Oh. Oh. That'd be hilarious. Oh.
Or the problem with that, the dicks are too aerodynamic.
They'll get sued by Israel for anti-Semitism.
Oh God. So what?
Okay.
So this guy said the ski jumper told him he was following the procedure to avoid embarrassing in the changing room after competition. I'm still not sure how this is meant to make your dick big. And if it does, won't it just increase the girth, not the length? So there's going to be some fucking Chinese guy at the next Winter Olympics with a fucking peg. It'll be like 3 centimeters tall and fucking 6 centimeters diameter.
He's packing a soup can. He's got a can of tuna on him.
The Norwegian comes in with his strumming.
He's not going to hit the bottom, but he's going to fuck up the sides.
Why can't you have sex? Because my dick's too wide. It's an inch long, but it's too wide to fit in anything except a fucking OnlyFans whore.
It's too aerodynamic. But really, that's what it's all about, was just creating the bulge in the suit so that when the acid, because the shit wears off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's
how it would work. Oh god. Oh, apparently this is surface. Oh yeah. So it came up in some random German newspaper because the Germans like dick. So some dude from the International Ski and Snowboard Federation wrote in an email that, as for the hyaluronic acid claims, yeah, let's be frank, it just sounds like marketing for this guy's penis embiggening office. This wild rumor started off a few weeks ago from pure hearsay. There's never been any indication, let alone evidence, that any competitor has ever made use of a hyaluronic acid injection to attempt to gain a competitive advantage. Whether the procedure could aid a ski jumper is another matter. Was universally accepted. The larger the ski jumper's suit, which conforms to the athlete's body, the farther the ski jumper potentially can jump, and the groin area of the suit is particularly important. Well, yeah, I imagine if you sew the crotch low enough, that'll be like one of those fucking wingsuits. So I assume that's why exactly they want it to tack it right up. I'm still not sure how having a bigger dick would increase it that much, because like those fucking jumping suits go straight up the arsehole. It's like a fucking G-string.
It's not about having a bigger dick. It's about having a bigger dick when your shit is measured, and then having it shrink later. Because that's what happens. The acid that makes more sense. Yeah.
So then, because you don't have the bigger bulge, you've got more fabric.
Yep, exactly.
The crazy thing is, I don't know if this is the weirdest story we're going to talk about. Right. So some plastic surgeon says, I must say that technically it could be possible. Sure. Technically and could be are some very helpful words coming from a plastic surgeon, not a fucking engineer.
Right.
So some professor and aerodynamics expert at Virginia Tech, oh fuck, there we go, says he thinks it could work. He also cited a scandal at the Nordic World Ski Championships in March involving the manipulation of ski jumpers' suit sizes. The head coach and assistant coach of the Norway men's team was suspended for 18 months for their role in manipulating jumpers' suits. Ooh. Well, there you go. Manipulation of the suits is in the groin area and can only be confirmed by ripping apart the seams of the suits. Bom, bom, bom. Oh, yes, I'm sure the judges enjoyed that immensely. I knew that the Olympic Committee was a bunch of gay retards. This confirms the gay part.
Bunch of dick touchers.
Yeah, so blah, blah, blah. So the rest of this is nonsense, but like this is on multiple websites. We're right now over the Guardian. Penis-scaped Olympics. So I inject acid into your penis, and what are the health risks? On today's episode of why journalists should be sent to fucking Siberia. Acid. Yes. Dear. Hey, Natasha. So that's apparently the name of the dumb bitch that wrote this. Natasha, did you know that you've got like a liter of acid inside you at all times? Actually, I don't know. I think it's that much. But hey, Natasha, did you know that your body has a skeleton inside it?
And your bones are wet. So I will say that I'm not unfamiliar with this procedure, and it's not because I have any personal investment in it. It's because this shit has been around for a long time. And it's a fetish thing. When I was younger, I was really into the body modification community. And so I read a lot of the media and I followed a lot of the people in there. And I had a subscription to Tattoo Savage, by Easy Rider Publishing back when you would still get magazines.
Oh, yeah. Some kind of body modification magazine, I assume. Not just toes.
Yeah, and it talked about all sorts of stuff, like from tongue splitting to suspensions where people hang from hooks in their backs to people injecting stuff into their bodies to make it swell. So there was a story about a dude who was it was before those My Strange Addiction shows. Like this is late 90s, early 2000s. And the story was about a guy who was injecting this stuff into his dick to make it swell up, right? But he did it all the time. And so the guy had this like giant, massive fucking like freakishly bulgy dick.
This fucking can, like, it's no longer a rod, it's a fucking can.
Well, it's like swelled up. So it's like cartoonishly swelled up, and it totally destroys your sexual function. Like, it's not like you do this so that you're this, big, strong, like rough guy. No, it is Slanesh sounding shit. You're exactly right. This is straight up Slanesh shit. But because it doesn't, it's purely superficial and cosmetic. It doesn't make your dick bigger for sex because it actually makes it so that you can't use your dick. It can fuck up your junk to where you can barely pee out of it. It's fetish stuff.
Yeah. Right, let's see what a doctor has to say. Or a professor.
Yeah, keep going.
So, according to some Professor Chungus, a urological surgeon, the acid is a common filler used in cosmetic surgery, including injections being used for, penile girth enlargement. So, it is girth. Injecting a penis with hyaluronic acid would make it bigger girth-wise. Chats must be regretting listening to this today. But you would need to inject
this is really no worse than the dry sex thing we talked about either. So
actually, it's nowhere near as bad as that, but it's still funky. Says Chung, who was previously the leader of the Andrology Specialty Advisory Group. Oh, God, who cares about his fucking CV? It's temporary in effect, so that's the alleged part. How does penis size affect ski jumping? Here we go. Before the start of the season, ski jumpers have to have their suits made up based on the measurements of their body length, including crotch height. Yep, crotch height, because again, don't want it to be a fucking wingsuit. So I would like, like literally, it's got to be up there like a fucking G-string, I believe.
Right.
Determined by an FIS-approved 3D body scanner in the presence of a doctor, stripped down to their underwear and with particular stipulations around posture. So don't pull your nutsack over your knees. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
The dimensions of that suit is strictly regulated. Yeah, no shit. So here's the theory. Enlarging the penis with hyaluronic acid could provide a benefit when the athlete is subject to the standardized body measurement process, as the dimensions according to their body would be larger than they might have been otherwise, which then allows them to be meant to have a slightly larger ski suit made. And that slightly larger ski suit has a larger surface area, which can then generate a teensy-tiny amount of extra lift.
But, I mean, like I said, it's a game of centimeters, right? So,
my next question is, can we put a fat guy in one of these suits and send him down the ramp?
I mean, gravity's still a thing.
Yeah, gravity's a motherfucker. Sorry, says, I'm going to get measured and need a quick handy.
Right.
like what? Do they do the body scan and then get him to take a piss test for Viagra? Jesus Christ, Xenothium. Oh, that's hideous. What are the risks? I don't care about the risks. We're just here to laugh at the penises. Much like our exes.
The risks.
Poorly injected technique or incorrect dose could cause penile pain, poor disfigurement, deformity, infection, inflammation, sensory change, and sexual dysfunction. So basically all the shit you said.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
tissue
That's what I
necrosis
wanna
if
make
it cuts
sure.
off the blood flow.
Well,
Don't do that, folks. Don't do that. So, I'm not going to read the next article, because I just want to show you the other places that are reporting it. BBC, how penis injections became a Winter Olympic talking point. Scientific American, the physics of penis gate. Oh, Jesus. Now, let's come crashing back to the... Yeah?
One of the things I saw about it, actually, they calculated that it could, like that extra 1/4 inch of fabric could provide enough lift to give you an extra like meter of performance, something like that.
Well, yeah, the Olympics, that does count, but fucking hell.
Yeah.
So let's drag the moon, crash into the ground, because we're now going to laugh at a Norwegian who I'm not sure if... A Norwegian who should be executed for 2 different reasons.
Oh, all right.
Norwegian biathlete admits to cheating on his girlfriend in post-win interview. So I'm not sure whether we should... I'm not sure whether we should hang him for being a cheater or hang him for being a cuck that would admit it on TV.
Right? Like,
I'm thinking both.
We all know that. Oh, Christ. Okay, keep going with the story. I don't fucking know. Keep going. I've not heard this. I want to know what.
Yeah, so Stella Holmlegrad, who I'm going to butcher the shit out of because A, Tim's not here, and B, fuck this piece of shit, who won a bronze medal in the 20-kilometer biathlon, said he hopes his ex can still love me. What? They're an ex, you cuck. If you're going to be this much of a whiny cuck when she dumps you for being a cheater, maybe don't cheat, you fucking piece of shit. So, winning an Olympic medal spurred a Norwegian fuckwit to shoot his shot with his ex-girlfriend. And an emotion, fucking loser. And what's going to make him even more of a loser is one of the other interesting things that happened at the Olympics that we're going to talk about later. In an emotional interview after he earned the bronze medal, this idiot surprised audiences with an unprompted personal confession. 3 months ago, he said he cheated on the love of his life, doesn't love her that much then, the most beautiful and kindest person, except for the whore he was banging. He told her a week ago, and it's in the worst week of his life. He had a gold medal in life, and there's probably a lot of people out there who look at him differently now. But I only have eyes for her. Apparently that didn't fucking matter 3 months ago, you piece of shit. So what's just taking a bit of a back seat these last couple of days? Yeah, I wish I could share this with her. Right, so that's 3 levels of loser. Because all cheaters are losers. Cats that would admit to cheating on TV are losers. And his excuse for only winning bronze is that he's a cheating, pathetic loser. So he brought up the topic by saying they'd wanted to share his win with someone who might not be watching today. That naming his ex-partner, that's something at least. He said they met her 6 months ago, and she broke up with him once he told her that he was a colossal piece of shit who wasn't worth trusting.
Go figure.
I'm not ready to give up. I hope they're committing social suicide. Oh, mate, it's more than social. You've just... There's a reason that officers in the military can be dismissed for cheating on their wives. It's called conduct unbecoming. It's almost as if it indicates that you have the morals of a fucking scumbag. It indicates a deficit of morality that is necessary to function in society. Also, so they started dating 6 months ago, and he cheated on her 3 months ago, and now he's crying on TV because he's a little bitch.
Man, what a pussy. You know, and the ironic part is like, as a professional athlete, like those guys at the Olympics fuck all the time.
Hold that thought. That's coming. Spoilers.
All right. All right.
He said he's realized that this is the woman of my life. Again, that didn't matter 3 months ago. I can't live my whole life keeping that from her. My only path to the finish line is to tell her everything, put it all on the table, and hope that she'll still love me. Fuck you, you piece of shit. If you cared that much, you wouldn't have cheated.
Well, this is a guy who just doesn't understand women.
This is a guy who doesn't understand humans, I think.
She's so past him, it doesn't even matter.
Maureen, spoilers, shush. And I don't care about the rest of that article, but I just thought we'd look at how much of a pathetic loser this piece of shit is. Congratulations. Not only are you a loser at the Olympics, you're a loser in life.
Going sad boy, go full sad boy on TV is like, goddamn, how debasing. How absolutely, I mean, old Star Wars name here, he won a medal, which is not an insignificant, and a medal and a biathlete too, which is not an insignificant accomplishment. But then he has to go shit all over it by sad boying on TV over some thought that he cheated on. Like,
and like all the shit he said about her is like, oh, she's beautiful and smart, and you cheat on her, you fucking retard. I have no sympathy for cheaters. Right. In fact, I'm firmly in the bring back standing for adultery camp. In both directions, of course.
He can, if he treats her like a fucking star, she'll treat him like a fan. But he didn't. He took control there, and now he's, oh, I'm sad. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a bitch. Just own it. Which I guess he is owning it, but just move on and quit trying to fucking pine for someone who's never going to trust you again because you're not trustworthy.
Yep. Absolute loser. But also, congratulations. You're never going to get a date again because the women are going to be like, hey, are you that cheater that cried like a little bitch after you were dumped?
Right? You that guy who pined after a woman who he's going to dry up every pussy in the area once they know what's happened with him.
Yep. He's never getting laid again, and it's for the best. Yep, no all of China knows you are a cock. Like, that's impressive, being a cheater and a cock. I didn't even know such a thing was possible.
Yeah. And just a word of advice for the people out there who don't know it. Don't be a sad boy. Don't be like that. Women don't respect you. She doesn't respect him for this. That Hollywood bullshit that you've been sold, that like, oh, she's, he's really, well,
she
changed.
certainly won't
He's
fucking get back with him after this.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not how real life fucking works.
Imagine if she did get back with this loser, which she won't, for the reasons I'm about to elaborate. It's like, okay, so she takes him back. She then goes to introduce him to her friends or her parents. Like, wait a second. Aren't you that piece of shit that cheated on her and then cried about it on TV like a little bitch?
Right.
and then everyone will be like, why did you get back to A, a cheater, and B, a loser that cried about it on TV? Which means now that you're back with him, everyone knows that you're dating a loser and a cheater.
Right. Yeah, that didn't even get the gold. Third place. Sorry, buddy. Yep. Which is fucked up to say, because like I said, a bronze medal in the Olympics is actually no small accomplishment. That's incredibly impressive.
My opinion on cheaters is that everything in this guy's life should be dragged to the fucking ground. Fuck him. Yep. Well, no, don't fuck him. He'll cheat on you. And if he's not cheating on you, he's cheating on someone else with you. Yeah, imagine having kids with him down the line. Someone looks up his name and goes, hang on. Yeah. No, to this idiot's ex. You made the correct decision by ditching this fucking loser the second you found out.
Yeah.
Drop that.
She had respect for herself, and that's
she dropped it like it was hot. Yep. But yeah, he's like, he hopes sex can still love him. Mate, not only does she not love you, you now dry her up like a fucking nigger in the desert. I fucking hate this world we live in. But now, oh God, imagine how embarrassed she must be. Everyone she knows that she introduced him to, now that he's done this, her phone must have been off the fucking hook since this happened. All her friends have been like, did that loser really cheat on you? Oh, God.
No shit. We're like, oh, now we know why. No, you know what the thing is she already told everybody why she dumped him. Like, this is just him telling on himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what an absolutely pathetic loser. So, this loser aside, let's look at some Canadian losers, also known as Canadians. So, there's been a big scandal in the sport of curling, which everyone's probably already heard about. You've had Penisgate, now get ready for Fingergate, which is apparently already a thing online if you Google it. So,
oh, this is funny. This is funny too. So, the most heated discussion about the most boring, dumb sport in all of the fucking Olympics.
It's a gay, retarded sport. But you know what? You know what's more gay and retarded than curling? Cheating
at curling.
Funnily enough, much like the last story, this guy cheated and then was a gay little bitch about it. We'll get to that.
Oh shit! I didn't know that, Zano.
Oh, interesting.
Got caught doing it too.
I didn't see that when I went through the stories, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So, oh God, it's been written in narrative because writing's dead. There was an unusually tense exchange at the Cortina Curling Olympic Stadium on Friday. Canadian curly, curly, yeah, sure, why not? Mark Kennedy, Cursor, Oscar Eriksson. Oh my God. He's got the most Norwegian name I've ever heard. Eriksson. Whatever. Same difference. Viking. Yeah. So, from telling him you can fuck off, the hot mic moment streamed live to shock curling fans. There are fans of curling? That might be that's more pathetic than playing it. It's like people who watch lawn bowls.
Right.
Like it's one of those games where there's a bit where there is skill involved in playing it, but it's so fucking boring to watch. The hot mic moment seemed to shock curling fans. Came after the ninth end, whatever that means. I assume that's turns swinging at each other. As the Canada versus Sweden match, which came to on 8-6, for now, drew toward a close. The fallout, oh, fuck off, shut up, I'm not giving NPR fucking money. The fallout challenges the spirit of curling. God, could they make it and raise
it? Curling seems a lot to me like darts. Like bar darts. You know what I mean? Like, it's something people should do when they're drinking. It shouldn't be something people do hyper competitively. Or if you do, you should be drinking while you're doing it.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of lawn bowls, and I think I've said this before, but I actually played lawn bowls in school because it's like, take up a sport, why not? Sport. And I was actually good at it. I did compete competitively in lawn bowls. There you go. There's something you don't know about there, see?
There you go.
I did compete competitively. And I was reasonably good. Never lost a match. But drew several.
It's not like this is peak athleticism.
No.
Right?
It really is.
Right?
Like there are some things like it's one of those things where it does require skill, but it's not impressive to watch. Granted, I don't watch any sport because it's like, just participate, you lazy bastard. Come on. But yeah, it's basically bowls. It's like fucking no. You know what it is? It's croquet on ice.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just shuffleboard on ice. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's probably closer. I've never played shuffleboard because I'm not rich.
I've only played it in bars. So, because again, it's not a serious fucking thing.
Yeah, it's very much the kind of thing where you have your turn, then sit down with your beer kind of deal. So, what's going on here? So, this loser was angry because the Swedish team accused him of repeatedly. Wait. Oh, God, this is poorly written. Accused him repeatedly of cheating by touching the stone beyond the so-called don't touch it line. In curling, players slide heavy granite rocks down sheets of ice. That much, I think I figured out on my own. Thank you very much, NPR. It's the whole rest of the thing I don't get. Releasing the stone's handle, which contains electronic sensors, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. They must release the rock before a line drawn on the ice, or the stone is disqualified and taken out of play. According to the Swedish team, this guy had been double touching the stone, releasing the stone's handle, which contains electronic sensors, but then poking the rock itself, which doesn't contain sensors because it's a rock, and keeping your finger on it as it cruised over the line. Swedish curler Niklas Edin said after the match, that's not allowed is pretty clearly stated. He accused the Canadian of doing the move on purpose. You don't touch 20 kilos of granite with your fingertips without feeling it. It's completely impossible. We in the sport know how a very few grams of pressure can change the speed when it already has a movement forward. You can move some degree of the angle too. Curling officials were stated at either end of the sheet so that they didn't see the violation, so they couldn't call it. Oh, so people standing either behind the guy or behind the rock couldn't see it.
Yep.
So the Canadian says he's called his whole life. Oh my God, get it, hobby. Never once with the intention of getting advanced through cheating. Citation needed. So when my integrity gets attacked, you're Canadian. You don't have integrity. I get my back up and get a little bit aggressive. You're Canadian. Shut up. So the rules are even more clearly stated after World Cup, and the sport's official governing body weighed in Saturday. During forward motion, touching the ground of the stone is not allowed. This will result in the stone being removed from play. Despite video circulating on the internet allegedly showing the violations during the match, World Curling said they will not use video replays to relitigate calls made by umpires during games. Why not?
Right. If they're not checking for that, then...
They pledged instead to assign officials to observe deliveries going forward. Why wasn't that a thing like 100 years ago?
Right.
Fucking tennis has like 17 umpires. What's your fucking excuse? And that's not even a joke. I think they've got at least like 5 people watching a fucking tennis game. Because there's the front line, the back line, and the 2 sidelines.
Right.
So they've got at least 4 people watching those. So you know if it's gone in or out, because you can't really see that from like the chief umpire's chair. So there's like 5 fucking judges on a tennis match. There's only 2 for fucking curling.
Yeah, and I think that's just a matter of, because, you know, they've had to do that. Tennis is so competitive that they had to get enough judges in there because of just to stop the arguments. Right. And of course, curling is not like a super competitive sport, but when you're competing for a fucking gold medal.
Yeah. When you're at the Olympics, right? Like it doesn't matter what you're in. If you win gold at the Olympics, you basically get sex for life. It's pussy for life.
Maybe. I don't know, dude.
You just don't tell them it was curling.
Yeah, exactly. Like, say I'm a gold medal winner. Oh, really? In curling. That's the sound of that pussy closing up.
No, it's curling. They did issue a verbal warning to Canadian curling officials over Canada's language during the game. Some Canadians are cheating, folks. Get them.
There's clear. That's the thing, though, is that there's clear evidence, and the Swedes set up their own. Oh, fuck you. The Swedes set up their own camera to check it, right?
Yeah. Ah, yes. I actually have that in here somewhere. I think. Maybe. I tried to get it anyway. So the Canadian Fruit Loop later said his team might be the target of a premeditated attack. What was the premeditated attack, Dave?
What? That they recorded him cheating?
Yep. They were being dishonest with premeditation, putting a camera to catch him cheating.
Right. Oh.
I've never been caught before. How dare you bring in cameras? Oh, yep. There you go. The next day, the women's captain was accused of the same thing. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Yep.
I'm just skipping past stuff we've seen before.
So they're challenging Canada's hegemony in the curling as the curling masters, by proving that they're actually cheating.
Yeah. How dare you catch us cheating? Seems to be the argument. Come on. What a shit article. So yeah, basically. Yeah, that's fair.
A sad day. Oh my God. What a tragedy in the sport of curling. Oh my God. We thought the curling team had more integrity than that. Like, come on, they're fucking playing shuffleboard. They're playing a fucking drinking game at the Olympics. Like, it's about as serious as the fucking breakdancing chick, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm fun. No. The breakdancing chick was far worse.
Yeah,
I can understand cheating to win. I can't understand that stupid bitch's existence.
Oh, goddamn.
So I can't find here, but I did see an article somewhere else where, basically the guy was accusing the Swedish team of premeditated catching him cheating because the Swedish broadcasters set up cameras at the line and then caught him cheating.
Like, I can't believe they don't have those cameras set up anyways. Like, it seems like they have, well, one, it doesn't take them extra to set up cameras there. Like, no. And two, every other fucking sport has a camera at every fucking angle looking for the smallest fucking deviation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. It does have more. It has objective win conditions, and figure skating is not a sport either. That's just dancing. That's just,
anything that has subjective judgment isn't a sport.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I'm absolutely
that's why I never really liked the Winter Olympics, stuff like that. I never really cared much for the Winter Olympics, because a lot of the sports there are all feels. It's like, oh, he did some really fine dancing there. It's like, okay, well, how do we quantify that? Well, we get a panel of queers to hold up numbers.
Yeah. It's like the gymnastics. It's like the gymnastics at the summer ones. It's like, oh, cool. Right. There's judges. And what are they judging? Subjective bullshit.
Right. But that's why, like, it has win conditions. It has like solid rules, and they should have cameras there to enforce the rules. Just having someone in the back and in the front who can't see what the guy's actually doing with his hand, but in front of him, is a bad idea.
And it's apparently happened before. It's like, so that it's possible for people to cheat by touching the stone and for the judges to not see it because for some reason you don't have any judges to the side. Like, goddamn, were you trying to arrange this on fucking purpose?
Yeah. It doesn't do anything to make the sport seem more serious.
No.
Right? If they're not willing to try to enforce the actual rules, especially when there's clear evidence and video of the person cheating, whether or not it was taken from an official source.
It's certainly
it's provable that
it sounds like
proven that
it sounds like the officials take it less seriously than fucking lawn bowls. Because in lawn bowls, here's a completely irrelevant fact that no one else will care about. There's a little mat that you have to start at, and you have to keep 1 foot on that the whole until you're done. If you step off the mat, then something happens, but it's not good. You either lose the ball or you're disqualified or something. But come on.
It's like it would be like stepping out of the batter's box in baseball, you know? And
anyway. So Canada's cheating, hilarious. And they're upset that people caught them cheating. Here we go. Previously, the women's skip, whatever the fuck that is, had her first rock pulled for a double touch violation during a Saturday match against Switzerland. A match Canada lost. Ooh.
Well, see, and Canada would have lost this match against Sweden, too.
Oh, look at these cowards. So, the Canadian did it. The men did it. Then they said they'd deploy additional officials to monitor the hog line. Then the Canadian woman did it. And then the monitoring policy was abandoned after the Canadians cried. So curling's not a serious sport because they're making no effort to stop cheating. You can kick it out of the Olympics because apparently the officials are not interested in preventing cheating.
Yeah, and Tristan's got it. They've never played curling. Yeah, I've never played curling. And Olympic curling isn't technically curling at all because the competitors are all sober. Exactly. This is bar sports. Right? Like this is something you do with your homies when you're drunk. Like it looks like it would probably be legit fun if you're all out having beers and getting trashed and shit. But they're making it so serious. It's like it's like cornhole, right? It's like competitive. Do they have Olympic cornhole where you just got to throw a beanbag through a hole? Is that in a
yes, it's called netball.
Oh, actually, I say that, but then the other day I ran across the World Pop Dart Association, the World Championship Pop Darts.
Good Lord!
Which is like, yeah, they have little darts with suction cups, those little plastic darts with suction cups on both ends, and they have a table with a circle on it and then a dart in the middle. And you have to get as close to the middle dart as you can with these pop darts. And that's how you score. You're like, there's
I think I've seen those. But the ones I saw had a lot of beer and they got really excited when someone landed one on top of another one.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it doesn't, it's like it's like dart championships or the bowling championships, you know, pro bowling where all the guys are super like beer guts and they go back and have a beer between frames, you know, like this is a drinking shit.
Yeah. It reminds me of pool. It's like, what do you mean that they're not pissed off their face when they're playing competitively? No, I want to see pool played. I want to see pool played, but they have to drink alcohol based on their body weight each round. Each time they pick up the cue. Or something.
Yeah. It should be part of their score. Well, you know, their shot was perfect, but they just hadn't had enough beer in them yet. So, you know, you got to take off some points because they hadn't finished their last 3 beers. The other team's 4 beers up, so we can't necessarily take that shot seriously.
And you get extra points if you sink a ball without putting down your beer.
Right. Yeah. Like, we're gonna have to deduct points because you don't, because you're 4 beers down. You know.
Yep, you're not just behind in points, you're behind in beers, damn it. Anyway,
Yeah.
curling's a stupid thing, and it can't be considered a serious fucking sport if they're not going to attempt to stop cheating. But oh yeah, they abandoned the policy following backlash. So everyone's cheating. That's what that means. And a bunch of people complained that they were stopping cheating, which tells me that everyone's cheating, which tells me it's not a serious sport.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not medal worthy. I honestly don't know how curling got into the Olympics. Like, the Olympics is a fucking joke.
To be fair, they're like, we're going to do the winter ones. It's like, okay, what winter sports are there? Oh, shit.
Well, you know, yeah, we got skiing.
We've got skiing with guns. Then we've got
skiing with guns and sledding, competitive sledding.
And then we've got skiing with jumps. It's basically like 17 different kinds of skiing.
And then snowboarding, which I think snowboarding is kind of is another one. Like, snowboarding's another one of those really arbitrary things where it's determined by judges.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like, at least with skiing, you can time them. Like with the slalom, you can time those people. With the guys going downhill, and there are rules. Yeah.
I would play the video of the guy whose slalom's a little too close to the sun, but the fucking Olympics are really fucking vicious with copyright. Someone posted it in live shows.
Dude who caught the flag to the fucking crotch.
Yep.
Like, oh.
I'd love to show that, but the Olympics is so fucking vicious with copyright. But someone did post it in somewhere. Possibly live shows? Yes. CSG posted it in live shows. So that's hilarious. Just straight to the nuts.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about some fuckhead who cried because he refused to follow the rules. So what skeleton pilot? I don't even know what a skeleton is.
So skeletoning is like, it's like the luge.
Is it the one-man luge?
Face first. It's the face first luge. Yeah.
Right. So
it just seems like
some suicidal Ukrainian got really, really, really butthurt because he refused to follow the rules. He decided that he was going to have a bunch of Ukrainian political propaganda on his helmet. The Olympic Committee's like, no, fuck off. We've already banned the Russians for you. Get fucked. And he's refused any alternative. Like, they offered to let him wear an armband as well, apparently. But no, he just continued to be a retard about it, and so they banned him.
That's, you know, it's violative of the spirit of the competition. You know, if we're gonna, it's supposed to be everybody competing together and not making it about them.
I mean, the Nazis refrained from being political. What's your fucking excuse?
Right?
Hitler had to suck it up when the black guy won. So what's your excuse, Mr. Ukrainian? This is the direct statement from the Olympics team. So the International Olympic Committee has decided with regret to withdraw this guy's accreditation. Despite multiple exchanges and in-person meetings, he did not consider any form of compromise. The committee was keen for Mr. Ukrainian to compete, and that's why they came out and tried a whole bunch of different things. He was able to display some in all training runs. The Olympic Committee offered him the option of displaying it immediately after the competition when going through the mixed zone. Basically, they did everything except let him wear it while he was actually competing for the medals, which I think is more than they would have done for anyone else. But nope. He just had to insist on being political. So they're like, tough. We've got a rule. And they were legitimately, they gave him far more chances than they would have given anyone else.
Yeah. Just, nope. Sorry. I don't feel bad for him.
Me either, because I don't care about Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, outside of that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, including that. I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, but also, like, that they went above and beyond to offer you opportunities to compete within the spirit of the rule. But no, wasn't good enough for you, so them's the rules, tough shit.
Yeah. Just throwing a tantrum over it doesn't yeah, throwing a tantrum doesn't fucking it doesn't make me feel sympathetic to your case.
No. Well, that's basically been the last, 3 years now, but they've just been throwing attention about it. It's like, I don't care. Why is it my job to give a shit about your problems? What have you ever done for us? Oh, yeah, you've taken my money. That doesn't endear me to you either.
Right.
So that's basically that one. The next one I wanted to look at was someone won a biathlon gold, but they've just been convicted of credit card fraud.
What? What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ.
Gold medal winners are usually the most popular people at the Winter Olympics, but some dumb bitch who clinched gold in the women's biathlon is currently started by controversy. It all stems from when the 29-year-old French biathlete was convicted of committing credit card fraud against a teammate in October and was handed a 3-month suspended prison sentence. And a holy shit, $17,820 fine. God damn.
Wow. Hey, that's, I guess I'd like to know the specifics of what happened more, but yeah, I can't feel too bad for him.
Mm-hmm. Callum says, can we abolish the Olympics at this point? I don't think we should abolish them, but I think we should permanently set them in Greece.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm fucking sick of all the... I'm going to be robbed of billions of fucking dollars to build completely worthless infrastructure that's going to be used for like a month and then fucking abandoned. Because they want... For some reason, they brought the fucking Olympics back to my fucking state and year. Like, fuck off. Why the fuck am I being robbed to pay for this nonsense? Like, public transport already doesn't fucking work here. Fucking idiots. No, set it in Greece permanently. That way the infrastructure that can permanently be set, you can and you know what you'll need. You'll know how to organize the public transport. You can have the extra buses. You can rent them from fucking Turkey or something. And just set it there. And then the winter ones can be, I don't know, we can set them somewhere else. But wherever it is, it should be a fucking permanent arrangement. Yes, exactly, yeah. Frank.
And then...
And that, Frank says,
it does.
The Olympics generally also fucks the Caesar salesman. Well, that's one of the reasons I think it should go back to Greece. Greece's economy is completely shagged. So what can it fuck up? Like, I would be far happier for all the countries who want to compete to throw in some money and just put it in Greece, and the Greeks will love it. They'll have money coming in every 4 years at least. And all that shit, and at least, and we never have to deal with it again.
Yeah, for real. Instead of municipalities having to suck it up and suck down a giant ass bill because of the goddamn the goddamn complexes they build, and then the giant clusterfuck of tourism that comes in, and then the complexes just get left because nobody uses them. Like, they all fall apart, and because they stop being used after this.
Yeah, because there's no demand.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no demand, because if there was, it'd be built already.
Right, yeah. Because Salt Lake City doesn't have a year-round fucking ski jumping. You know? The slalom courses there aren't used year-round kind of shit, so...
Yep. Anyway, so this is quickly going through this bitch. She was found to have used the bank card of a French teammate to send more than €2,000. She's also found guilty of using the team physiotherapist's card details to make purchases in 2021 and 2022. She denied the crime for 3 years, but during a hearing in October admitted her guilt after photos of the credit cards were found on her phone. Whoops.
Raggy.
Ruh-roh. Dumb bitch. She didn't even delete them.
No shit.
Oh,
well,
look.
That's how you know she's French.
The French Ski Federation imposed a 6-month ban based on her actions, 5 months of which was suspended to allowing her to participate in the games. So, turns out gold medal's worth more to France than justice. But we knew that. Muslims are worth more to France than survival. Right, moving on from that one, we've got one more, I believe. Yeah, 1.5 more, maybe. So, yeah. Winter Olympics Village runs out of condoms after 3 days. Athletes in Italy have been promised more will arrive. And free condoms have been provided since the 1988 Olympics.
I wonder how many pregnancies would happen if they didn't. You know?
Frankly, that's a good reason to why we shouldn't.
Yeah,
they're Olympic fucking athletes. We should be banning them from having condoms.
Right? Let me get the Ubermensch out of that shit.
Exactly. Like, why can't we start our fucking super athlete breeding farm? Yep, Tristan caught it as well. So, right, here we go. It blames Olympic organisers because they're stupid. In Paris, the athletes received 300,000 condoms, 2 per day, but the numbers for these Winter Games are significantly lower, not even 10,000. Yeah. Just under 3,000 athletes competing at the Winter Olympics compared to 10,500 in the Paris Games. Yeah, so they basically drastically undersort them. 3 per person the entire time. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work
3
out.
per person? Yeah, okay, whatever. Like 3 per night per person.
Yep. And yes, for athletes in that physical condition, even the men, like 3 per night's not unreasonable, at least for the first couple. It may not be, yeah, no, fuck it. But yeah, apparently after Seoul 1988, it was raised awareness among athletes and young people about STDs. Fair enough. But also, where's our genetic superhumans?
Need our Ubermensch.
So I thought that was just funny. And yeah,
that's funny.
Fucking Guardian, People, USA Today. Don't worry, USA Today says the supply has been restocked.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Well, I don't know if it would provide any competitive advantage to not have them there. You know, like are the women getting the extra testosterone? Is that going to help them compete? Or yeah. The ski jumpers,
we need to do research on this.
Their butthole stretched open, gonna help them fly a little further. Who knows? Maybe they jump and run a little faster.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's a good one there, Tristan. What does Olympic gold medalist semen sell for at fertility clinics?
I don't know. Is it? do they just say gold medalist, or do they say the sport?
Man,
because curling's worth fucking shit now,
right? I bet there's. Oh God, that's so depressing. People are there stealing fucking condoms to harvest the Olympian spunk. Oh, I just it's so gross, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's happening. So, depressing.
Yeah. So the other thing
But
that
hey, at
came
least they're getting their condoms.
Yep. Yeah. So the other thing that came up is Trim apparently found this on his adventures. The current medal tally for the Winter Olympics. And for some reason, the fucking EU is all just grouped together.
Yeah, what a joke, dude. Like, oh, the EU is blazing away at the top. Like, so why bother showing all the European nations then?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why bother showing all the individual European nations if you're not going to? Because, almost half of those, well, I guess like 40% of them are just Norway.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that I think is why they did it, because they were like, oh, no, we can't lose to Norway, the country that didn't join the European Union. We can't have Norway looking good. So, but yeah, Norway's absolutely got every other country in the world mogged. And the only way that the EU could be on the board, it's like, oh, we've got to cheat and combine like 100 countries or whatever the fuck it is. So, would you like to guess what position? Well, you can tell. Like, as soon as you ungroup them, the first European Union country is third. It's because Maureen got butt hurt and supplied this.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, look, the Netherlands are number 4. You filthy Australian who are all the way down at 13. It's like, yes, Australia, the country made of fire and spiders. Well known for our prowess at Winter Olympics.
Yeah, which we all know Russia would be right up at the top there if they were allowed to compete.
Mm-hmm. Like, I do love that once they stop, drop the... maybe that's why the EU's in there, to push the USA down to 3. But yeah, the US is number 2, was number 2 at the time these were acquired. Tristan says, fair is fair. The US gets some mob up 50 countries worth of athletes into one nation. I'm sorry, have you seen the French runners at the Summer Olympics?
Jesus, no shit. Well, there's an American chick that's competing for China.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's an American citizen, and her father is white and her mother's Chinese, and so she's competing for China. And I don't think she's got any gold, but it's like, hey, how the hell, like, well, first off, why do we allow an American citizen to compete for China? Why don't we just make her Chinese and ship her over there? Like, oh, sorry, if you want to compete for China, you can live in China. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah. I just think it's deeply embarrassing to all of Europe that Australia's on the list at all.
Especially higher than like Slovenia and Spain.
Yep.
Places where they have actual winters. Well, I don't know.
Places that have had snow.
Yeah. Or Canada, which is like mostly snow.
Yeah, how's Canada only down at number 11?
Well, because, Indians are weak.
Indians not known for their prowess at Winter Olympics. That's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Japan's doing all right, which I suppose they have snow.
Yeah.
Switzerland is lower than you'd think. But yeah, Norway's where you'd expect it to be. US, I suppose. Italy. Oh yeah, the Alps do run through Italy, don't they? Or the other one, like. But yeah, if Russia was on the list, it'd be somewhere up in top 3, presumably.
They're usually number 1.
Funnily enough, I don't pay much attention to the Winter Olympics or the Summer Olympics. The only sports I've ever actually watched on TV is beach volleyball at like 2 a.m. when I was bored shitless. Women's, of course.
Yeah, we all know why too. Yeah.
Because I want to support the Australian team. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to the next year's breakdancing competition or next Olympics breakdancing competition.
They need to unfuck whatever allowed that bitch to be anywhere near that competition. She performed worse
they need to
than
bring
that
her back.
African. Oh God! No, they need to. I can't say what I think they should do to her because she's in Australia. But she should never be allowed to compete in anything ever again. She did a worse job than that African guy who tried to compete in the swimming and drowned.
No, they should have her as a commentator. They should make her be one of the judges. Oh God, that would be so good. Like, I like this guy, but his dinosaur was not very good.
A reverse inverted kangaroo. Yeah, they need to get breakdancing the fuck out of the Olympics as well. It's fucking worse than the other subjective fucking sports. Yeah, all the subjective sports need to fuck right off out of the Olympics. If it can't be objectively measured, then it needs to fuck off.
Yeah. They need to put Calcio in the Olympics. That's what they need to do. Calcio needs to be an Olympic sport.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Florentine. Oh, it's a Florentine sport where it's almost like rugby if they were allowed to just punch and kick and like.
Oh yes, and we definitely need that.
Yeah, because they have a goal at each. They have a big field, and there's a goal at each end of the field, and you have to get the ball from one end of the field to the other. But you're pretty much allowed to do almost anything to stop the other team from getting there. And so the guys are like, are literally punching and kicking and wrestling.
Well, that is certainly closer to the original spirit of the Olympics, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, put MMA in the Olympics. That'd be better.
They do MMA. Oh man, I've seen clips of the MMA where they throw a gun in the middle and they have to fight over it's a fake gun, and the first person to shoot the other person with the fake gun is the winner.
Now that does sound interesting as well.
Because that shit's cool as hell to watch.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm done with my Olympics burg out, so
yeah.
I just thought that would be a nice change from all the black pills. We could just laugh at lame people.
Yeah.
So,
before we go back to lame people.
Yeah, but well, these are lame people to laugh at, not lame people to cry about, because the lameness is affecting us. Right. So lame people affecting other people's lives. Over to you, Mr. Dave.
All right. So, like was posted in the Discord and talked about, somebody tried to light a fucking building on fire here in Idaho. This is actually on my way to work. I pass this every day on my way to work. So this story is from the East Idaho
Very
News,
anonymous, Dave.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. But this is one of the least gay news sources in Idaho, even though they're quoting the Statesman. So there's been edits made to this. Law enforcement members are still searching for a subject who drove a stolen ambulance into a Meridian building where some office space leased to DHS, or leased into some office space leased by DHS. Police say they believe the suspect planned to light the building on fire. Law enforcement and fire crews responded to a 911 call at 11:10 p.m. Wednesday, saying a Canyon County ambulance had been stolen from the ambulance bay at St. Luke's Meridian Medical Center. Meridian Police Chief Tracy Baster, a fucking Star Wars name, said in an in-person statement Thursday, I think she's Basque. And actually, I think it might be a dude. Star Wars said preliminary evidence indicate that the suspect drove the ambulance north through the parking lot and retrieved gas cans hidden in nearby vegetation. So this was definitely premeditated. Obviously, it was premeditated and planned. Suspect drove directly into the Portico North building, which houses some Department of Homeland Security offices, according to the chief. Investigators believe the suspect poured accelerant inside the building and around the outside of the ambulance, but was unable to ignite the accelerant before being scared off by responding agencies. Because, so here's the place. The police are like right here. So the police are literally like a 2-minute drive from this place. So it's not surprising that the cops showed up there right away. Police say no individuals were found inside the ambulance or the building. Authorities also searched the building overnight and found no suspect. Patrol, blah, 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 said an email. There were no reported injuries. So it was just a big, ridiculous failure. Like most of the leftists here in Idaho. Chief stressed that there was still a lot of unknowns about the situation, and he asked anyone with information to contact them. He would not take any questions. ICE and DHS did not immediately respond to the statesman because statesman's a bunch of faggots. Meridian Police Department is leading the investigation with assistance from the FBI and the ATF. Homeland Security, state police, and other regional law enforcement agencies, according to him. ISP is like right next to that place too. So this would be one of the dumbest fucking places to try to pull off something like this, literally, because there's the Meridian Police Station and the Idaho State Police headquarters, main headquarters building, which there's cops coming and going from there 24 hours a day, like literally less than 2 minutes from this place. So this building, and also St. Luke's is one of the biggest hospital providers in Idaho, and they own fuck tons of property, because they're a non-profit organization. They're not allowed, they don't have stockholders or shareholders or anything like that. All the money they make, which is a substantial amount of money because they're a giant hospital system, has to go back into reinvestment of the property. So what they do is they just buy property. And so St. Luke's is a huge chunk. Now I've got a video here from a chick I follow on Twitter. She follows me. We follow one of my mutuals on Twitter. Actually, I want to go through some of the comments on here because they're funny. Let's see. Person needs to be caught and incarcerated for life. This is not an act of protest. This is an act of senseless violence with possibility of life. People like this just don't get it. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Yeah, well, it's just an attack, thank God.
Was it a mostly peaceful terrorist? Liberal mentality on display. Another one, liberalism in full display, end of Democratic Party. Let's say libs are like locusts. They're destroying a state. They move on to, and then move on to the next and the next. So the people in the comments are pretty much roasting this universally too, just saying like, what? How fucking stupid is this? Let's see if we can get. Oops. See if we can get her. Lauren, she's a good follow. Let's see if we can get this to play, if it'll play the sound.
It hasn't. Because technology's a motherfucker.
All right, let me know when it's ready to go.
It's not my end that it needs to be unfucked up, but basically it's just fucked. Unless you can share the tab directly, it's just not going to work because technology is a pain. No, it needs to be the tab because Windows.
Okay.
Windows
Let me
APIs and
change
things.
this to... We'll share the tab.
Hopefully that works.
Okay. Then let me know when it's ready to go.
I'll just quickly refresh my end to make sure your updates have stuck. Any day now. Stream, that would be nice. Okay. I think it's ready. Let's see if it works. Fingers crossed.
Okay. There we go.
And it has decided to not work. Well, that's a bum. I can either play it on this end or you can just... No, not at all.
Okay,
Yay
awesome.
I can either play it or you can just tell us about it.
Well, she goes through and talks about here. She points out that St. Luke's gets a big chunk of money. So this is the budget here, and St. Luke's gets a lot of money from the state. So, and like I said, they have lots of money. They get lots of money. They have lots of buildings. So what they've done is, what they do is basically hand out money. Or they're handing out, they're leasing the property from effectively a state entity, which is what most DHS things do. So let me go back to the sharing window. Actually, I think that's all I had on this. But yeah, so this is just actually, let me send you the video and have you play it.
Yeah, that's probably work. It's just...
I'll drop it in the chat here.
Got it. And fingers crossed that my end works.
Right.
Okay, today felt like an appropriate day to make a TikTok. So I woke up to some insanity. A little background first. So down in Meridian, Idaho, there is a St. Luke's hospital building, and they were in negotiations to lease one of the office buildings to Department of Homeland Security, which is great because we've been complaining that we have had to use the ICE ERO out of Salt Lake City, and we haven't had one in Idaho proper. So we were like, yay, we're getting, ERO or something of the nature to get our DHS guys into Idaho. Great. Okay, and it makes sense that it's St. Luke's because St. Luke's is getting part of the state budget. Every year, annually, our state budget supplies more than $4 billion to medical, and a huge chunk of that goes to St. Luke's, St. Adolphus, so you can imagine, that's our money, state money. So it makes sense that a federal government organization would also rent from a place that's basically subsidized by the state, to a pretty heavy extent. Not totally, but to a heavy extent. So anyways, this got announced just before Valentine's Day, so last week sometime. And oh boy, everyone freaked out, right? All of our anti-ICE groups, yes, Idaho has anti-ICE groups, and they're running around doing whistles and pancakes and weird crap like that. So you got Babe Vote, you got Poder Idaho, there's this 50501 group on Facebook. I mean, you've got some crazy Antifa style anti-ICE people, and they've been out in full force. They just they're getting ready to do a meeting, and they're going to bring, I think, the Pocatello police in because they think that they're favorable to them, make them promise that they're not going to work with Department of Homeland Security, with ICE agents. Border Patrol, outrageous. That's outrageous. Everyone should be working with the Border Patrol. They're a federal agency, outrageous. All they're doing is upholding federal law, period. That's it. So these groups have been emailing incessantly, just emailing all of the people at St. Luke's, like, hey, this is the email address, call them. They have a switchboard. I mean, and they're taking these calls. And I mean, I even emailed a funny one, like, hey, thanks, and sorry about all the menopause harpy emails that you're getting from, like, SSRI wine moms upset about ice. But okay, whatever. So this went on, and a whole bunch of groups, to include media, to include KTVB, to include like Capital Sun. I mean, we've got legit leftist media groups in the state of Idaho. Cool. So they have been generating outrage, farming outrage for these people to go and protest St. Luke's getting DHS in their building, which again, it's a total non-issue. We pay for all of it, so might as well go there. This morning, I woke up, so about 11:30 p.m. last night, somebody stole an ambulance from Canyon, stole an ambulance, had a gas can stage at another location, drove the ambulance, picked up the gas cans, drove to the location where DHS is supposed to be, and drove the ambulance into the front, and then got out of the car. The dispatch said they got out of the car, they were pouring gasoline everywhere, but they weren't able to ignite the fire. So they were literally going to light St. Luke's
stupid to set petrol on fire.
On fire. They were going to light it on fire. And they weren't able to do that, but apparently they're on the run. It's a very serious, violent crime. And if you recall, not so long ago, a leftist crazy person lit Representative Cornell Razor's surplus store on fire, and she just got prosecuted this year. I mean, lit his store on fire, burned it to the ground on the 4th of July. On purpose, because she's a leftist. So when we talk about leftism and how crazy it is, like, you guys got to understand, in the state of Idaho, we are a red supermajority. For the most part, we're conservative right now. Our leftists are worse because they have no voice. Like, nothing that they want gets through the Capitol. We have like maybe a 15% rate of Democrats. Nothing they want gets through. They don't have a voice on anything. So what it's doing is the leftists and the constituents are exceptionally deranged. They're exceptionally violent, and we see it over and over again. So I would put all of the money in my bank account on this as a leftist, 100%. It has all the marks. It has all the earmarks of what happened in Bonner and happened in Sandpoint. So just so you know, this isn't getting the attention it should, but we just had a domestic terrorist attack by leftists down in Meridian, Idaho, against a hospital, and yeah. Welcome to crazy politics here.
Yay, crazy politics, people.
Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Like, you think that even that red states would be safe. We're not. This leftist scourge. The only difference here is that the people, because our politics are not like this. I mean, in the state house, they're not. Like, Idaho is the one fighting in the Supreme Court right now for our law banning transition surgeries or medical care for transgender children. Right, like, that shit's been outlawed here. Doctors can't prescribe hormone blockers or any kind of mutilation to children under 18 in Idaho. Trans children aren't allowed to compete in this. They have to compete in the sport of their sex, because gender is fake. They have to compete as, like, boys can't compete in girls' sports here. That shit got shut down, and they freak out about it, because our leftists are idiots. Now, by and large, they are just SSRI wine moms, like she says. And it's very much like the people I work with, where they're ideologically captured because they're fucking midwits a lot of the time, right? Like, they might be technically smart in some things, but they're not really deep thinkers on subjects. They just like to be told what to do, kind of an NPC mentality. So we got a lot of NPCs here, and one of the NPCs tried to light a building on fire, but that wasn't part of their code script, and so they didn't figure out how to do it. So that's that. Do you wanna play the video about the aliens now?
Yes, we might as well play that while we're over on my screen. Hey, Danny's here. Hello, Danny.
Okay, thank you for waiting. The president has asked me to come out and make a brief statement about the wire that just went out a couple minutes ago. To make things short, I will just confirm that yes, we do have a moon base, and yes, we are currently experiencing some bear problems. Now, I will open it up if there are any questions.
Mr. Press Secretary,
New York Times.
Yes. I have a 11-part question.
I'm sorry, I only have time for 2.
All right, let me get this straight. So the United States government is admitting that we do have a moon base and that there is a bear problem on said moon base.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, follow-up question. Are you this?
That's a really good question.
No, we are not, and I would like to remind everyone to keep the language civilized. This is the White House.
Excuse me, Mr. Secretary, Bob Daniels, Newsweek.
Mr. Daniels.
How long have we had the moon base? And are these bears Earth bears, or are they from the moon?
I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to disclose how long we have had this moon base at this time. We do believe these to be Earth bears. We have no reason to believe these to be lunar bears or even Saturn bears.
Todd Albright, PBS. There's Saturn bears?
I am also not at liberty to go into the various types of woodland life forms on Saturn or any of the other 12 planets.
9 planets.
Right. I've said too much already. What I can show you is the images that have been beamed down to us from the Odyssey satellite system just a couple hours ago. This is the view out of the front door of the United States secret moon base. This was taken yesterday.
Wizard Alliances?
Yes, next question.
Just a thought, more of a shot in the dark, but we wouldn't happen to be invading Iran today, would we?
You got me. You got me.
I fell for it. You almost got away with that one.
No, I went too far. I almost had it. I should have stopped after the slides. I knew I should have stopped
I
there.
didn't think anything about it until the cartel thing, and I was like, what?
Okay, all right, let's forget this whole thing. Who wants a drink? First round's on me. Come on.
Yeah. Rip Trevor Moore. But yeah, so the and I do have an article here. I don't know if it's
It should be up now.
Back up. Okay. So I've got an article here about from Defense Scoop. Transparency proponents meet Trump's UAP disclosure, tease with hope and caution. Multiple officials who have been involved for years in influential U.S. government disclosures efforts say they'll remain skeptical until the second Trump administration generates tangible results. President Donald Trump's vow this week to direct the release of government files about UFOs and aliens is sparking a new wave of anticipation around long-standing calls for more transparency on this historically taboo topic. Experts and whistleblowers told Defense Scoop. Yet, as they acknowledge that this could mark a meaningful step towards addressing national security concerns, public intrigue, and congressional oversights, multiple officials who have been involved for years in influential U.S. government disclosure efforts say they'll remain skeptical until the second Trump administration generates tangible results. This might be a consequential moment, but the impact will depend on the follow-through. Christopher Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Defense and Intelligence, noted. The Pentagon has a long but sticky legacy when it comes to dealing with technologies and craft that personnel have reported performing in ways that seem to transcend modern capabilities. At a high level, the Defense Department's teams to study unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAP, the modern term for UFOs, and transmedium objects, have taken different forms over recent decades. The most recent version, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, was officially set up under the Biden administration in 2022 to fulfill a requirement that year's National Defense Authorization Act, or in that year's National Defense Authorization Act, lawmakers were concerned that some UAP could be high-tech drones or other platforms developed by adversarial nations. AARO officials...
They've got them balloons!
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm going to shoot one with my 50 cal.
Well, you know, I believe this was actually in response to that. The balloons and all that shit. This was because it was under the Biden admin. So let's see. The office has maintained that it has found no evidence confirmed that any UAP reports extraterrestrial activity or technology. Yeah, but more recently, AARO has several sources put it, gone quiet in terms of ongoing activities, responsibilities, and latest findings. The president's directive should put constructive pressure on every relevant entity, including AARO, to participate more consistently to meet statutory reporting requirements. AARO has yet to fulfill its statutory obligations. It has released neither the second volume of a congressionally mandated report or government involvement with UAP, nor the required 2025 annual report. Mellon, who currently chairs the Disclosure Foundation board, said, "The public's trust has been eroded and must be restored. Fulfilling reporting obligations is a good step in that direction."
Oh, mate, you want to talk about public trust? Got nothing to do with the fucking drone. It's got nothing to do with foreign drones.
Right.
Like, maybe if the US government could stop spying on me and American citizens, that'd help. Maybe if Five Eyes got disbanded and everyone involved was tried for treason.
Right. No shit. So this is a really long article. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because then we wouldn't have time for any memes. But I'm gonna go through a bit more of it. Retired Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, a former oceanographer of the Navy who has testified before Congress on UAP topics, told Defense Scoop that the president's pledge to disseminate previously disclosed records is significant because he has the authority to do it, while AARO is subject to executive branch policy priorities. Because only the executive branch can classify and unclassified documents. As with other promises made by Trump, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. Sometimes he follows through, such as the initial strikes on Iranian nuclear sites, but other times he does not, like ending the Russia-Ukraine war in a day. Specifically, the president posted on social media Thursday that based on tremendous interest shown, he will direct Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomenon, and unidentified flying objects, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. In response to requests for comments on the new mandate and information about AARO's potential role in the work, Chief Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell told Defense Scoop on Friday that the department looks forward to working with the interagency to fulfill the president's directive. Shortly after Trump aired his plan, the White House shared it. Hegseth posted, blah, blah, blah. At this point, the real questions are, can they find answers that have been hidden? Can any answers involving weapons or technology actually be released? Said a UAP whistleblower who has participated in closed-door briefings with lawmakers and was granted anonymity to speak freely about his experiences. Unfortunately, if extraterrestrial craft have crashed and been reverse engineered, the United States is not going to reveal the weapons or technology derived from them. That's why I believe many people are celebrating this announcement. Many people celebrating this announcement may end up disappointed. Yeah, no shit. Due to a lack of effort, but because of the nature of the information involved.
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? If they actually have a reverse engineered fucking space lasers, they're not going to tell anyone until fucking Skylink net opens up and fucking fires space lasers on Putin.
Right. And even then, you know, like they're not going to reveal anything secret or interesting. It's not like this is going to come out with some Men in Black type revelation where they have, oh, you know, Velcro was invented by aliens, microwave was invented by aliens. No, it's not going to be anything like that, if anything.
No. The most interesting thing they're probably going to get is some stuff. Oh crap! I've completely forgotten the name of the thing. But they're probably going to end up with military reports in detailing an investigation into who the fuck let that weather balloon get that close to the military base before it was shot down back in the fucking 50s or whenever it was.
Right.
Someone's probably got their ass kicked for falling asleep before they shot down the fucking weather balloon or the Chinese spy balloon or the fucking Hindenburg or whatever the fuck it was.
So, whether aliens or non-human intelligence agencies exist remain uncertain, but what is certain is that drones flew over Langley Air Force Base without being tracked, intercepted, or brought down. And this is just one of many serious airspace vulnerabilities. I believe this hunt for records will expose them, he said. Right now, we are effectively flying blind, even with new legislation on counter-drone measures at sensitive sites. Both AAR and National Archives and Records Administration are currently leading initiatives to digitize, declassify, and release government records on UAP for the public, pursuant to several NDAA mandates passed in recent fiscal years. One step that can be taken immediately is to classify events from 50 years ago. Technologies used half a century ago are no longer strategically sensitive. Releasing older data could significantly advance scientific research, Harvard University professor of astronomy Avi Loeb said. Loeb had also briefed Congress on UAP and national security. He leads the Galileo project, which searches for extraterrestrial technology via multiple observatories. He told Defense Scoop he would be delighted to help the government and blah, blah, blah. In Mellon's view, the real test will be whether agencies actually identify the records they have, preserve them, and then appropriately release the information rather than defaulting to overclassification or procedural delay, like redacting everything. The direct it's different because of its authority and scope. Previous legislative transparency efforts had narrow reporting requirements, but with limited mandates. If executed seriously, a presidential directive can compel broad cross-agency participation and set expectations beyond a single reporting lane. A whole of government approach may be required to restore effective oversight and public trust, he explains. They're not getting public trust.
None of this will do public trust. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's a pipe dream.
The release of the Epstein files has kind of destroyed any sort of public trust anybody ever had.
Where are the names, Pam? Give us the names. I just think it's funny because I can just say the name Pam as well. Yeah, but tell me if I'm distracting it too much. But what I really want to see is these like drone threats and drone countermeasures. Like, okay, cool. Like if you're just sitting there with a radio transmitter, that's easy as piss to detect. That's like the easiest thing in the world. I want to know if you can fit a microwave transmitter or a laser on a drone and use that in a narrow band to avoid detection. I mean, it's theoretically possible. I just wonder if anyone's done it yet. Like, does it need more power or less? I assume it's probably reasonably feasible. I mean, they've been sticking microwave transmitters on fucking towers for fucking half a century.
Well, we've got spy drones that almost effectively never land. Right? Like they just fly around forever on solar power for a lot of the time. You know, they just charge their batteries, they fly up into the sun, charge the batteries for a while, and then they glide. They don't take a lot of power.
Yeah, if you're sitting in ultra high atmosphere and you don't have to dedicate payload capacity to inconvenient things like humans and their necessities, but yeah, it's entirely feasible that a drone could sit right up there in the low airspace, which doesn't require as much energy to push through, and just glide on solo. There's no...
Right.
It's when you add all the fucking necessities to keep that annoying human alive that you start running into issues.
Right. And it's like we were talking about kind of at the beginning of the program where, or no, this was before the show started. We were talking about RAM prices. That there's a theory that the government's using the LLM and AI boondoggle as a distraction to cover for the fact that all their military drones take RAM, and all that RAM they're taking just gets blown up or destroyed, you know, because the drones are all disposable, right? These explosive drones, they go in, they're not meant to come back. But they take memory. They need to have memory in them because they have processors, and you can't have a processor without memory. So anyhow, I'll go back to the article here. We know that the truth is unlikely to emerge overnight. Classification barriers. Cats just walked around the screen and knocked my screen offline. There we go.
Oh, of course.
Classification barriers, institutional caution, and bureaucratic foot dragging are real headwinds in this effort, Mellon said. But if this is pursued consistently and in good faith, the process will gain momentum and begin to break down the remaining walls of secrecy that have surrounded this topic for decades. Notably, Trump's proclamation came after he was asked by a reporter about statements made by former President Obama in a podcast lightning round of questions regarding his personal views on aliens and whether they exist, which went viral this week. Which that was kind of a joke too, because they just asked him, "Oh, do aliens exist?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course," but then he wasn't specific about it. Now, whether that means that he believes the Fermi paradox has been solved by some alien civilization, or whether he has actual concrete knowledge of aliens existing and alien contact on Earth, that's really the sticking point.
Yeah, like, is it, do aliens exist? It's like, yes. Like, the chance of yes being true, given how vast the universe is
yeah.
Anyway, but
it's pretty high.
Weird paradoxes.
Yeah. And so they could just be, could just be a clip, you know, that they clipped it at the wrong time, or they clipped him out and they're taking the clip out of context, or they're taking the clip more seriously. You know, I mean, you got to remember, this is the same guy that says his wife is a woman, and we all know that's not true. So,
yeah. Just to address Tristan's comment real quick. No, we did not address Nonce Andrew because we decided to make this week less black pilly than usual.
Yeah, you probably missed this too, Tristan, when we were talking about the Discord stuff earlier, but because that Discord stuff really has me fucking bummed out. It really does. And so Bezic did me a favor and decided to cover more light-hearted topics like the Olympics.
Like Penisgate and Fingergate. And Condom Gate.
Yeah. Because I'm just so incredibly tired of all the march towards doom. And so to keep me from hanging myself because of all the black pills, we tried to decide to not cover we're leaving the Epstein stuff off the table for now. Because really, until they start doing serious arrests of people whose names we don't
want convictions.
Yeah, convictions. I want convictions and hangings.
Well, if we're playing that game, I just want hangings, but I will settle for convictions and sentencings.
So, and that's addressed here too. The Trump administration is also facing mounting pressure from the public regarding Trump's connection to the disgraced financier Epstein. There are still 2.5 million pages of Epstein files yet to be released. The whatever that guy's name is, noted. Trump has denied any involvement in Epstein's illicit activities. As an appointee in Trump's first term, Gallaudet served as the Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere and acting administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or Agency. That's what NOAA is. Now he said he's been watching Trump's second term closely. He's a mixed bag. Some of the things are going well, such as the reinvigoration of American maritime dominance and artificial intelligence, but others are not. First foremost being the cryptocurrency corruption, allegedly pouring tens of millions of dollars into his family. So it's anyone's guess about disclosure. Others express similar sentiment. If the status quo remains, the answers will remain the same. The only real change here is hope. Hope that that this time will be different, and you can get your fucking fell for it again medal. The UAP whistleblower said, but for those that hope to pay off, the facts and evidence must reach the right people, and historically that has been blocked. Massive spending that spans over decades with massive silos of personnel do not give up secrets easily. So yeah, we're going to war in the Middle East, and the administration wants to further distract from the Epstein files and the Epstein leaks, which I think is really what this boils down to. It's another just big boondoggle bullshit. It's not going to amount to anything. It's just cover. It's a distraction for what we already know is going on and what is going to happen. And yeah, that's let me see. I don't think I have another. Nope. Yep. That was all my tabs for that one.
Yeah, cool.
So, I don't know. Do we want to dig up something else? It's kind of early to go just straight to memes.
Crap. We didn't bullshit enough.
Yeah, we didn't bullshit enough.
Shit. And we spent like an hour calling Discord shit.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, it's been a depressing week, and we can talk about the Prince Andrew stuff, and also that it wasn't just Prince Andrew, but they also have arrested in Norway. Norway's doing shit because they just arrested the son
of the princess or something. Although apparently that's just for general gun variety rape than organized Epstein rape. Here we go. Right. Oh, of course Dave knows about it. He posted the fucking tweet. Here we go. Yeah. Apparently the son of the Norwegian crown princess has been detained and is facing 38 charges, including the rape of 4 women. What do the community notes have to say? Oh, there's no... They're crying about Epstein. Yeah, so they're not fucking refuting the fact that he's facing 38 charges, including the rape of 4 women. But I'm sure he got his morals from his mother anyway. Silver's like, quick, gunten, just like, bleach isn't here.
Yeah, sorry. Here's an interesting story I just ran across on Twitter.
I was thinking, yeah, go for it. Is it on your screen?
I can get it up on my screen here. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, you can. I got it up on my screen here.
We're watching. No audio, of course. But
yeah, it's okay. Breaking: 3 Israeli journalists or tourists were just caught trying to buy 2 kilos of uranium-235 in Europe, literally for nuclear bombs. It's got a little video here. I don't think we'll need the sound. Yeah, the sound is just them arresting the guys.
Screaming in European. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's very concerning.
Yeah.
I'm concerned with anyone trying to buy any variety of uranium in large quantities, frankly.
Right? Well, and especially since like Israel already has nukes. They already have a nuclear program. And so Israel can already obtain uranium-235, plus they have nuclear power plants. They can already enrich their own uranium through the government. So extra governmental people finding and purchasing fissile material from Israel is concerning, to say the least. And I think that it's concerning because of the terrorism implications, more than just like, oh, they're trying to, like, who are they going to dirty bomb is basically what it comes down to. So then here's a story. Here's a tweet. This guy talking about how Israel stole 300 kilograms of highly enriched uranium and the design blueprints from nuclear weapons between 1957 and 1970, which is no surprise to anyone. Anyone who's been paying attention. This has been really...
That tweet right at the bottom of your screen is worth pointing out. It's like, where are these particular individuals from? Has it gone the internet treatment? There's a guy saying that he saw the same vid yesterday saying they were Chinese nationals. It's like, I mean, it could have been.
Yeah. I'm more like, given the video, if you look at the video, like, I don't know, that guy they could be Chinese because they're so small and skinny. That doesn't look like a Chinese guy.
That definitely doesn't look like a Chinese guy.
Let's see, there was another blurred out image here that definitely doesn't, like, woman, you can never tell. She might be Chinese, who knows?
Yeah, it's impossible to tell with the faces blurred, funnily enough.
Right. That guy could be Chinese. Looks more Middle Eastern. Looks like he had a hat on, personally.
Possibly. Well, however it is, I'm glad they were fucking arrested.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone who doesn't have a fucking nuclear power plant buying uranium, frankly. Like, even without adding dirty bombs to it, you can just leave that shit somewhere and it'll fucking kill people.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this is... a lot of the people talking about this have Palestinian flags in their bios, but it's just not surprising.
Well, even goat fuckers can be right once in a while. Like on women driving.
And given that, oh, yeah, Jesus Christ, don't get me started on that one. Yeah, but if given all the revelations that we've had from the Epstein files about the involvement of the Israeli government and the Mossad in all of his operations, and then the implications of that they've basically been involved in or behind a lot of and this, you could say this is conspiracy stuff, but it's all been borne out in the papers, that they've been a part of, party to, or behind a lot of the major terror attacks and a lot of the, like, really woeful things that happen in our society over the last 30 years. This wouldn't surprise me at all. You know, from the USS Liberty to the dancing Israelis to the Epstein's involvement in microtransactions, for fuck's sake. Like, those files have been a very black pilling experience for me, and between the files and the Discord shit, I just couldn't. There was just so much shit that went on this week, like the arrest of Andrew, which is, you know, a bit of a white pill, but the fact that it took this long after we've all known about his involvement, you know, we've all seen the pictures of him with Virginia Giuffre, who was murdered recently. You know,
we can't really go into details on it anyway because we haven't looked into it. But yeah, Dave needed a week of not just black pill, black pill, black pill. I'm like, cool, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And conveniently, the Olympics are doing a bunch of weird gay shit, so that helped.
Yeah. And you're right, LGM. True. I'm not gonna ally with people who call us kafir against those who call us goyim. They're the same enemy as far as I'm concerned, and neither of them are our friend. Like they're not. But then also, we're probably going to a war with Iran at Israel's behest.
Yeah.
Because, and that's another interesting thing that we're not going to talk about is Tucker's interview with Huckabee, the Trump's Shabbos Goy over there in Israel, the Israeli ambassador Mike Huckabee running cover for the invasion and bombing of Iraq. That's under the auspices that the chosen people and they have a right to that land and all that stuff. It's depressing.
Like the other depressing thing that we could get into real detail on is I'm trying to build a PC. It's not a good time to do that. I'm like, do I just drag over the parts list? And I'm like, no, chat will just sit there and judge my choices. But it is worth pointing out that 64 gig of RAM is sitting at over 1,000 Australian dollars. Like the fucking graphics card I'm considering getting, which unfortunately doesn't get to be a 5090, is only about $800. But it's basically one of the less like top of the line 2 generations ago, which that makes it cheaper.
Yeah. I have a theory on that, is that part of the reason why they're making components so expensive is so that the only way that you can reasonably afford a PC now is to buy a pre-built system. And that way they can preload all the bullshit on it and you don't have control over what goes into your system.
Frankly, these days I've got such a level of shit with pre-built systems, is I'd probably fuck with my warranty by just ripping the hard drive and putting in a fucking new clean one with a new install, which would be a shitload of money out the window anyway. Because holy shit, 11 Pro's expensive. Because I'm sure as hell not doing 11 home to myself again. I want access to the corporate features that let me disable system components, like anything to do with AI.
Right. Well, I personally think the best way to deal with Windows is just to slap on an eye patch and go get a corporate version of 10. Because you can get the extended service agreement with corporate versions for free. In most instances, you don't have to pay for it. It's only the home versions that they want you to pay for it because Microsoft is terrified of losing their business clients to Linux. You know, if they make their shit too burdensome for people who don't want to change, then people are just going to switch to a freer or cheaper option.
No, well, that's it. They don't really make money on their home stuff, do they? Because it all comes preloaded. Most people just get it because it's what's on the pre-built systems.
Right.
Which is how I'm stuck with 11.
Right. And it's more about the data they can collect from you, from your home system on Windows 11. Right. Like that's where they make their money, is all the data collection.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm considering just getting 11 Pro and be like, if I have to go 11, I'm going to go to 11 Pro, so I can just go into the, I can't remember, what is it, Policy Manager, and just say like telemetry off?
Yeah, the group policy. Go into the group policy.
That's what I'm thinking of. Danny points out that also there was recently a Copilot fuck up where they accidentally everyone's emails.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just spying on you the whole time. We have at my work, they've bought a licensed version of Copilot that we're like the official That's the only the AI we're allowed to use for official stuff because it's supposedly secure and it doesn't leak your data or leak the company data, which I'm just gonna press X to doubt on that shit. I don't believe for a second that they're not actually leaking and stealing our data. I personally just think that our data for my company is just not that valuable to most companies. So it's so niche that it won't matter if our data gets leaked too heavily. So, yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah, I think one of the and part of the reason that we didn't go through it is because I didn't bother researching it. But I think one of the things that I saw is like it ignored if you set like your level of security on it as well. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and one of the most recent Windows 11 updates actually disabled people's ability to access the fucking internet.
I remember that one. So, that was good.
Yeah. People weren't able to log into their systems because the goddamn Windows
update,
Windows 11 update.
So what is that? WinArrow tweaker. I should look into that because I haven't really tried it, because the only time I use Windows 11 is when I pull out my laptop, and I use that almost exclusively just for running a TV over HDMI. It's like I need PowerPoint and occasionally a web browser, and for the most part I just ignore Windows 11. But oh my fuck, it's a pain in the ass to get that thing to load. Windows is so fucking bloated, and that's putting the bloatware aside. Like Windows itself is just so fucking heavy.
Yeah. Especially when you look at some of the Linux distros, you can get some Linux distros that install for under like 2 gigs of space and do most of the Windows functions natively. But the same like Windows 11 installation is like 20 to 30 fucking gigs of bullshit.
Yeah. And like, I think there's like maybe 8 gig of RAM on the fucking laptop, and like 4 of it's gone just with Windows. It's like, oh my Christ.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good luck trying to run Windows 11 with anything less than fucking 16 gigs.
Yeah. Like by the time I've opened up Firefox, PowerPoint, and Windows, it's like
yeah. Yeah, you can run some Linux, but there's full featured GUI, Linux GUI distros that run in under 2 gigs.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm probably gonna do with
CLI.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do with this computer once I get the new one is it's still functional, so I'm not going to get rid of it for several reasons. One, it's worth nothing to sell because it's fucking DDR4 based. But it's like, no, I'm whack Linux on it. Maybe just have it as a streaming computer or something, or just as an emergency backup. I haven't decided if I'm just going to format the drive, although it's so old, it's probably cheap enough to just buy a new 256 gig drive, whack it in there with the Linux on it, and just keep the old drive floating around for all the shit I'm going to need off of it, all the settings and things. Well, they got to transfer over. Fortunately, I was smart and put my Steam library on an separate SSD, so just take that SSD out of the old computer into the new computer, relink, done, there's my games.
Right. And the jump in cost from SSDs and shit like that also, I think, lends credence to the drone warfare theory.
Everything's jumped.
Because they're not putting like disk drives in those things. They have solid state drives in all those to hold data.
Yeah, and it'll be PCIe stuff as well. It'll be the itty bitty sticks.
Right. Yeah, the little M2 drives.
Yeah,
the flash memory. It won't. So, yeah, that's black pill stuff. Do we want to jump? We got 25 minutes left here. Do we want to spend that doing memes?
I'll just finish the thought, but yeah, I will do memes.
Okay, go for it.
I'm just so like the computer I've done myself up. Guys, is total on PC parts picker at $4,000. Of that, $1,099 is the RAM.
Jesus Christ.
There's $789 of graphics card, and then $875 of CPU. Though I did go for a crazy CPU for running like OBS and rendering and stuff. I've probably gone above what I need on CPU, but that's fine. But yeah, it's like fucking $1,100 in RAM. Like 6 months or a year ago, I probably would have got out with like $2,500 instead of fucking 4.
That's mind-blowing to me, dude. That's so fucking expensive. It makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely, man. That's with fucking some old cruises.